Hello, hello. I think we are live.
I hope so. Give me a second.
I certainly hope so as well. I've pressed all the buttons. I've gotten a notification on my personal account.
I've got a "we will be right back." Oh, also you misspelt the wheel.
I didn't. Chandler did. Chandler's the who made the graphics.
Oh my god.
Say thank you, Chandler, for making graphics. Yes. Alright, so we should probably get a starting screen. That might be a good idea. But yes, while we're waiting for people to hop into our chat and also the YouTube chat, we're going to get started here, folks. So hello, welcome in. I can't tell how many of you there are, because I hide that stuff for myself. I can still see the chat, though, I will say that.
Definitely still see the chat. We're professional streamers here, don't worry.
Yes. I do like the idea of design the perfect mono white card. If I was designing it, I think I would just make it like 8 generic white, do nothing.
Thank you, Jay.
I have looked at this picture like several times before this, and I don't know how I missed the fact that it was missing an L. I kind of like it.
I love how that's. No, I mean it's on brand. We are Smoothbrain.
It is kind of on brand, so I kind of love it. How does the music sound relative to everything else? I think it's fine based off the levels I'm looking at, but you know, it doesn't hurt to ask. Chad, how is it? We are thanking Chandler because he made graphics for the stream.
And then misspelt some words on the graphics.
we may or may not be missing an L on this screen right now.
Do the message in chat in 3, 2.
Lomao indeed. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and get started because people aren't hopping in with us. So yes, let me hit this cute little transition button we have. I meant to hit the one here. We're gonna switch this real quick. Fade, so it looks nice. There we go. All right, so if you can't tell by the title of the stream, we are doing a tier list of the top 100 green cards as listed by EDHRec. We have some pretty fun cards in here. In fact, we get a pretty hot card to start off with. That's good to hear, KB. Hopefully you stick around and we make content you like. I'm going to skip this song that's playing right now because I don't like it. This is better. Okay.
Edit your own music playlist. Come on, Logan.
I can't put my own music playlist on because we will get copyright struck like 18 times incredibly fast. But yes, this stream we are doing the top 100 green cards according to EDHRec from the past 2 years. At least that's what we told Cameron, who made this tier list. So we should also say thank you, Cameron, because Cameron contributed this to the stream this week. And I told him to pull from the last 2 years on EDHRec. Looking at the cards, I'm fairly certain he did. So
yeah, I mean, there hasn't been anything like batshit insane printed that isn't on here that I've seen, so
let me go look at EDHRec.
Outside of obviously the new green mythic, that's kind of bonkers.
Yeah, this is looking like, yeah, I think he did a good job. All right, yes, thank you, Cameron. All right, well, yeah, we're gonna get started off with a very solid card. We have Court of Calling here. If you don't know what it does, it is X green. It is an instant. You can convoke it out, and with that convoke cost, you can search for a creature in your library that is X or less converted mana cost, or I guess mana value now is the correct statement. Pretty good tutor spell, good in big creature decks. I really like it in my Ruxa deck because that makes a ton of tokens.
I mean, it does say 8 green, go find Critter Hoof Behemoth in most green decks.
It does, yeah, that's true.
Go find target Critter Hoof Behemoth.
Where do we want to put this? I was thinking like A, but I
think
guess you can
it's-
argue for S. But
I don't think it's an S tier.
okay, I didn't think it was S either.
Yeah, I think we're definitely looking at like a solid A.
You think so?
I can't argue putting it lower because
Yeah, I don't think so
it
either.
more than likely will win you the game on the spot if it resolves. So
So yeah, really good card, and of course we can always come back and adjust as we like put more in. We get kind of like a relative ranking. That's good to hear, KB. I'm glad we are the right amount of show. Next card we have up is Crop Rotation, which is a singular green, also an instant. As an additional cost to it, you sacrifice a land and you go search another land out of your deck and put it on the battlefield. Untapped, we should say too. That is particularly relevant, I believe.
yeah, crop rotation's kind of insane.
Yeah, I mean it does.
deals more with what lands are in your deck. So it can either be completely useless in your deck, or it can be like the second best card in your deck, right?
Yeah, well, I think it's like if you're building a deck with crop rotation in it, I think you should be if you're like even a halfway decent deck builder, you're like I should include lands in this deck that can actually get relevant lands. Or actually, I should put relevant lands in my deck that I can get with crop rotation.
Yeah.
KB thinks C for crop rotation. I was thinking A, honestly.
I'm thinking B. I'm thinking B because, like I said, it's in like if you have Gaia's Cradle, Field of the Dead, or even Castle Garenbrig in your deck, it's like probably an S tier in your deck. But the fact that you have to sack the land in order to
As like a
cast the spell, yeah. That's a major downside because if this thing gets countered, it's like you're down a land now.
That's true. I think I might just be slightly biased because I played it in Legacy so much for depths. But yeah, I think I'm fine with B.
Yeah, I agree with KB. The sacrificing land part of this is like pretty much an issue.
Yeah, I can see that. Next we have Doubling Season. Doubling Season has a lot of text, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it up in Scryfall.
Easy S tier.
Yeah, so
do we even need to talk about it? Everybody knows how good Doubling Season is,
I mean,
right?
doubles tokens, doubles any kind of counter, not just +1/+1 counters or loyalty counters, any kind of counters. In fact, this actually doubles poison counters too, I think, right? Yeah, it does.
On a permanent you control.
On a permanent.
It does not.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
No, this does actually. You can't shoot yourself in the foot with this if somebody puts neg1 counters on your creature.
That is true. Yeah.
I think the pros outweigh the cons so much on this card.
Insane. I guess it is.
Yeah,
it's really good. Exploration, which is you get another land drop every turn. That's
easy A tier. I mean,
it's A. I think it's below Chord though. I do think it's worse than Chord.
Oh, it's worse than Chord, but I would say that like the fact that you hit this on turn 1 and even later in the game, it's still pretty solid in most decks.
Yeah, I think an additional land drops pretty great.
Yeah. There's just not much downside to it.
Oh, I think Doubling Season in Karth is absolutely insane. Yeah.
Yep.
Next we have Arbor Elf, which is a pretty unique mana dork in that it taps a forest instead of tapping for green itself. I think it's a little bit better than your like Llanowar elves and your Fentorn elves and stuff like that.
Alright, so I used to think that this card was worse than Llanowar elves until a certain Yavimaya Cradle of Growth got printed. And now this says untap target broken land. So
well, I think also beforehand, even before
you would sack auras on a land and then untap it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as somebody who played Ponza, that's exactly what you should be playing.
One drop ramp with an extreme upside. I think it's like Arbor Elf might be S tier.
I don't know if it's quite S tier. We can put it there for now, but I feel like when we like come back and adjust stuff, we might want to drop it down to A.
Yeah,
I mean, really good, though.
It's like probably out of the 1-mana mana dorks, I actually think Arbor Elf is crept up to be the sleeper best one.
I think it is too, just because of the fact that it can get +2 mana instead of +1 mana in the right situation.
Keep in mind, I'm talking green mana dorks. Ragavan is the best 1-drop mana dork in the game.
I mean, obviously, but
This is green only.
So yeah, we can put it S tier. I might want to adjust it down. Yeah. Next is Courser of the Crew Fix, which I'll pull up because it has a lot of stuff on it.
Yes, Tulane is a nuisance, and I hate him. I hate him so much.
Yeah. So Courser of the Crew Fix lets you look at the top card of your library. You play with the top card of your library revealed, which I guess you get to look at it, but so does everybody else. You can play lands from the top of your library, and whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. This card's like decent. It doesn't impress me a whole lot. Also, the fact that it's an enchantment, it can get blown up by like a Forza Vigor and other similar effects is kind of brings some downside to it. This is like a B, maybe even a C for me, honestly.
I think it's a C. My thing is that Courser was like the perfect replacement for Oracle of Moldiah back in the day when Oracle of Moldiah was like $60, $70, right?
Yeah.
This, I mean, obviously we're not going to affect price in the rankings here, but it's always been kind of like more of a mid card.
I mean, the nice like being able to clear the top of your library is really nice, but the fact it doesn't give you the extra land drop that you really want.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a C. I think it's been power crept a little bit, honestly, because I think in like past years I would have put this as a B.
I mean, I don't even put it in my landfall decks anymore. I'm kind of got to that point.
Just because there's so much other stuff that's been printed that does really, really well in it.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have Fertile Ground, which is one of the auras we were talking about earlier that goes really well with Arbor Elf. It is 2 mana ramp, and you can enchant any land as opposed to Worst Oracle. Yeah, I would agree with that. Duckfight is just Worst Oracle one. Yeah.
Run it when I need to, but it's not a go-to.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fertile Ground is essentially just 2 mana ramp, which is pretty good. It's not super impressive to me, though it does do well with things like untapped lands like Magus of the Candelabra and Arbor Elf for that matter.
And it is an enchantment. That is important because
it can be relevant, yeah.
Enchantress strategies are very good in green.
I think this is
and white.
I think this is like a solid B in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like the most. It's not like insane because I honestly think just having the extra land is better than having the Fertile Ground.
It kind of depends on your deck, but sometimes the land can be better. Yes, Fertile Ground's great in Synthes. I think it is, in a general sense, it's probably a little bit worse than Crop Rotation. I would put it after Crop Rotation, yeah. Now, I know you're probably going to have a lot of opinions on this card, but Greater Good?
Oh, this card's great.
Yeah, Greater Good. So Greater Good, you sacrifice a creature, you draw cards equal to its power, and then you discard 3 cards. It fills up your graveyard. It's a free sack outlet. You can draw a bunch of cards. I've seen Matt and other people for that matter draw tons and tons of cards and filter through their deck to try to find an answer to stuff. And sometimes they find it.
When I was playing Xenagos a while back, I drew like 40 cards in the turn. It was pretty hot.
Yeah, drawing half your deck.
Yeah, if you draw like half your deck in one turn because of one enchantment, I think it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it S tier because discarding 3 is kind of a big deal, but
yeah, I would put it between Exploration and Court of Calling.
I would happen to agree with that.
Okay, that's reasonable.
And it looks like we're going to be getting a Mr. Cameron.
Are we getting Cameron
soon? He just said he would be here.
But we were not getting Cody. But we are getting Cameron, so fun last second replacement.
Smiles and high fives and Muldrotha, exactly.
Yeah, Muldrotha.
No, Greater Good is great. That's such a good card. Speaking of really good cards.
Next up we have Heroic Intervention. Easy S tier. I think it's better than these 2 cards as well. Card's absolutely insane. It's a 1 in a green and instant. Permanents you control. I think it's permanents, yeah.
Permanents gain hexproof and indestructible.
Yeah, permanents you control gain, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, hexproof and indestructible until turn. Yeah, it prevents, board wipe, prevents target removal. It, doesn't prevent a Cyclonic Rift, unfortunately. It doesn't prevent a Toxic Deluge, but like it protects you from so much stuff. This card is absolutely insane. It should probably be like 4 mana in all honesty, but pushed green card is a push green card.
Oh yeah, it's just.
So I think we figured out that KB is definitely a green player.
Hey, look, we're all green players on the inside. We've been converting Logan into being a green player, so
Rux is green, but like in probably the weirdest way possible. So
hey, you get access to all these broken cards though. So
this is very true.
Oh, speaking of really good green cards,
yes, we have Cannabis Transformation. Absolutely, absolutely great card. So yeah, you enchant a creature, and when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card. So yep, you just get to replace the card for some reason, and then it turns into a 3/3 elk. You get to Oko the creature essentially.
Target commander becomes a 3/3 elk.
Yeah,
that's what this card actually reads, guys.
Yeah, it's stupid. I think it is a little bit worse than like a Langify, just because you can't like if it's turned into a forest, you can't like blow it up with a board wipe.
Yeah, I was gonna say Song of the Dryads I think is better than this. But...
Oh wait, that's right. Song of the Dryads is the one that turns into a land. Langify turns into like an 0/4 tree folk.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a fun project, KB, but that is a long project.
Tend to be blue. Oh yeah, I mean
blue is one of the best colors in Magic.
Yeah.
Cannabis Transformation. It feels like a high B to me. I don't know if it quite like it's.
I think the fact that it is sorcery speed removal is a deal.
Yeah.
And that's why I can't put it in A tier, but it is. It's on the line. I think it's the best B tier card we're gonna get in this.
Possibly, yeah.
Listing. Exactly. Cannabis Transformation is bad because Oko is a repeatable version of the effect.
Yeah, and also, once Oko does it, it can't get removed. Oko does do it for fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Next we have Nature's Lore, which we can, if is 3 visits in here? Yeah, it is.
3 visits should definitely be in there.
So I'll grab 3 visits and put it next to it.
Are we just gonna throw these both in S tier? Because
I mean, they go grab a forest, so that means they can go get a dual land that has the basic land type on it. Like, just so everybody knows, so 3 visits in Nature's Lore are mechanical reprints of each other essentially. You can search your library for a forest, put it on the battlefield, untapped, mind you. This doesn't come to the battlefield. Obviously, if it's a tapped land, it comes in tapped. But you can just go get a land. It doesn't require you for it to.
You can find dual lands. You can find triomes.
Basics if you really are down bad.
Yeah, if you're like even in mono green, these are still great.
You can go find Gingerbread Hut or whatever that one from Eldraine is. As long as it's got forest and its subtypes, you can go get it, and that's absolutely insane to have on a 2-mana ramp spell. It is color fixing and ramp all together for 2 mana.
Yeah, I think outside of like arguably Arcane Signet, these are the best 2-mana ramp spells in the game in the format. So
I would think so. I would say they might be even better than Arcane Signet just because of the fact that lands are so much harder.
I think it depends on the deck.
Lands are just so much more rarely removed, especially ones that aren't doing stuff because you need to hold back your strip mines for like Field of the Dead or something like that.
Oh wait, I thought of something. No, these are the best because Arcane Signet is an extra dockside trigger for somebody.
And Arcane Signet also gets blown up by like a random overloaded Boundle Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we said S tier because like I think I'm fine with that. They kind of feel like an underwhelming S tier, but I think I agree.
Like, you can't make an argument that these can't be S tier because like these should absolutely be in your green decks.
Yeah, like they are auto includes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't like
if we're defining S tier as auto includes. Do we think Arbor Elf is a auto include for green decks?
No, I think we can bump it down to A. If we're gonna do S, it's just like so insane that we have to include it in the deck.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Then I had to say, Dabbling Season, is that an auto include for all green decks? I don't think it goes into every deck.
I think it's so strong in the decks that it's in, we have to put it in S tier.
Okay.
Because it does kind of just, any deck it goes in, it warps the deck around doubling season.
That's fair. Like, and also I would say like Cannabis Transformation's probably an auto include for most green decks. Like obviously green decks with a couple more colors probably can get different removal. But I think Cannabis Transformation is a green auto include that doesn't get to S tier because of the fact that it's good, but it's not broken. It like doesn't warp the game. We'll get to Crater Hoof soon, Justin. I'm sure it's in here somewhere.
Yeah, it's in there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it'll actually be a little bit. We'll get there. Yeah,
green makes
a lot of tokens.
Green makes a lot of tokens. Green makes a lot of 1/1 counters. Green makes a lot of stuff. So doubling season, like I said, will just warp decks around it.
It does do a lot of stuff you want, yeah. But next up we have Rancor, which is enchant creature. That creature gets +2/0, and I think it gets trample if I remember correct.
Yes, it does give trample.
Yeah, and then whenever it's put into the graveyard, it goes back to your hand.
It's okay.
It's good in the decks it's good in, but like...
Yeah, like if you're playing Sithis, this is a way to kill people, but... I mean...
It might be like a C tier for me.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm almost willing to put it... If it wasn't 1 mana, I think it's the easiest D tier ever, but...
You can send your complaint, Justin, you can send your complaints to Cameron, because he's the one who created the tier list, and he did not put the child art in.
Can we just put Crater Hoof and Finale in S tier? Yeah, let's just go ahead and get them out of the way.
Do we want to talk about them?
Crater Hoof is the best green creature in the game of Magic.
I think I would tend to agree with that. Yes,
it just wins games on the spot. Anytime it... Am I wrong in my assessment here, Cameron, of Crater Hoof is the best green creature in the game of Magic?
Did Cameron join us?
Yes.
This is what I gave for having streamer mode on. I can't hear when people join. And I guess we're also talking about Finale of Devastation while we're here.
Okay. Let me... Sorry, I literally just clicked submit on my project.
Okay, you want to look at what we have in the tier list so far. It's actually a very nice upside down stair step right now.
I would argue Rancor needs to go up.
Convince me.
What other enchantment is so good that like even enchantment based green decks are gonna play it, like aggressive ones? The fact that it goes back to your hand and it gives trample and a buff for 2 mana is really good.
And you think this about EDH like specifically?
I do think it's very good in EDH.
You know what,
I'm not
Cameron
saying
is...
A. I'm saying B.
I think we could move it up to B.
I don't think it does enough, but
I mean, for 1 green mana, it's recurable. So like, think of decks like I go to Shattergang Brothers immediately because I've been wanting to build that. You sacrifice the creature and that still goes back to your hand, or you sacrifice the Rancor to make everybody a second enchantment. The Rancor comes back to your hand, which I know that's niche. But I think it's better than C. But it's also important to remember that these are the 100 best cards in general, so they're all good.
These are not the 100 best cards, these are the
most
100 most played cards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finale of Devastation, I think we can agree is S because it also just ends the game. It also lets you search your graveyard, which is absurd. My question is it better than or worse than Heroic?
Oh, are we ranking within the tiers as well?
Within the tiers as well.
Do you think it's better than or worse than Heroic Intervention?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Finale might be better than Crater Hoof Behemoth.
Really? You think so?
There's an argument.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think Heroic Intervention is better than Crater Hoof.
I disagree.
I think the 3 best green cards, this one we're gonna get to because I see it there. Finale of Devastation and Crater Hoof Behemoth.
So Hoof gives the creatures trample, which is relevant, whereas Finale gives haste.
But
I don't think
Finale can also just go find Crater Hoof, and then also give the buff on top of that.
I mean, have we talked about Green Sun Zenith yet, or are we not there yet?
Haven't got to
We're
Green
not
Suns
there yet.
Okay, well, Finale doesn't care about green specifically, does it?
No,
Like,
it
doesn't.
is any creature in your deck.
I would put it just behind Crater Hoof. I would go Crater Hoof, Finale, Heroic Intervention.
I think I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with it. Like I said, I view 3 very particular cards as about the same. So if we want to go ahead and get it out of the way,
No, I think let's just keep going in order because
let's keep going. All right, Return of
the Wild Speaker. So yeah, you can choose one of the modes here. Crater Hoof's in front, Justin. Oh wait, I forget that there's a delay.
There is a delay.
You'll see in a second.
Stream delay.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with
think
Dogfight. I think it's slightly better, but it's not
the fact that
much.
Finale requires 4 extra mana to get that effect, as opposed than Crater Hoof, is a lot. Look at the Triumph. I don't know if I would rate it above these cards.
I don't remember was it on here. I'm the one that made the list, so I should know. Well, I didn't make the list.
Triumph of the Hordes.
The tier. I don't know if that's
it's
even.
in here. We'll see.
It should be in here.
We'll get there. Return of the Wild Speaker, though, is what we're talking about. So yeah, you cast it. It's 4 and a green. It's sorcery. You can draw a card.
It's an instant, dog.
It's an
instant.
Yes, it's very good.
Yeah.
Why did I think it was a sorcery?
I don't know.
Yep.
The reason it's super good is because it's an instant. That's the best card. It's the best card in Calamax.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
Yeah, but draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control. You don't really need to worry about that clause. I guess it can be relevant sometimes. Don't play it in your humans deck.
I killed Matt with it with my Tanazir Quandrix deck. I top decked it.
Yeah.
I top decked Rift, then Return of the Wild Speaker.
Yeah, and then the second ability you can also just overrun. Like
the second ability basically doesn't exist most of the time.
I'd argue it's more relevant than you think. The card functions as a closer and card advantage.
Wait, yeah, it does 2 things you love to do in green. So like, card's great.
I'd say A at least.
I think it's an S. Like this is a card I put in every green deck essentially.
I think it's an A. It's definitely in almost
every green deck. Like if you're playing elves, I'm actually not a big fan of it. Because like the card draw, you may get 3 cards. I guess the pump is okay, but we'll get to better pump effects like Triumph of the Hordes or Overwhelming Stampede, which are just better at that. Whereas the card advantage, elves normally don't get above like 3. You know?
Okay, Mr. Elf Man. What about the decks where I actually play real creatures?
Elves are real.
Elves are very real.
Oh wait, Chandler's here now too.
Hi, Chandler.
Hi, Chandler.
We're still on Return of the Wild Speaker. I may have casted an instant speed in a Ruxa video, but I'm dumb and forgot.
Hey, Cameron.
Yo.
You remember the game?
Yeah, Tana's here. I think I just brought it up.
No.
What game?
Becca.
What did I do? Yeah, I like stopped everyone's turns and
ended my turn, ended Ethan's turn, Diluvian Primordial it, buffed your creatures and time for the win.
Yes, I did do all of those things.
I think the fact that this draws you like 4+ cards. 4+ cards and buffs your can buff your creatures. It was a joke, Justin. Yes, elves are real creatures. I really think this is an S tier.
I think if we put it S, I think I would put it last in S.
That's fine. Yeah, but
or high A. I'm leaning high A.
I'm leaning high A on it.
Fine, I've been outvoted. I disagree wholeheartedly, but
you're allowed to.
Yeah, you're allowed to. But
so we had 2 very
just
similar
evaluate
cards
these
here.
cards. Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah. So Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth. I think with Arbor Elf. I think Utopia Sprawl says forest specifically, whereas Wild Growth doesn't. But and Utopia Sprawl is also color fixing, so I think Utopia Sprawl is actually a little bit better than Wild Growth. But these do very similar things. I mean, they're 1 mana ramp. Like
1 mana ramp is strong.
1 mana ramp. I mean, where we have the elves.
Yeah, and it's not orcs that.
It's also relevant to say that Arbor Elf is probably the best elf of the 1 mana elf, like specifically elves. Birds is probably better.
That's something we talked about earlier, and yeah, we definitely said that Arbor Elf is probably the best out of those.
I actually said elves or Arbor Elf is the best 1 mana.
I think it's better
than a dork now because of Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth.
Well, I was gonna say these 2 cards as well. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I remember back in whatever 2017 Panza. That was a big deal, getting 4 mana on turn 4 to Bloodbraid. Different format, but still relevant in Commander, being able to get 4 mana on turn turn 4, turn 2, yeah, whatever.
That's why I think Birds is a little bit.
Well, we'll argue Birds when we get there.
We'll argue Birds when we get there, but yeah,
I put these in B.
I put them in A.
I think they're
Low A?
I think they're A.
Yeah, I think they're low A.
Okay, that's fine with me.
I think I value exploration a bit more.
Well, I guess
I like exploration more.
Yeah,
that's fine. Next we are at Sky Shroud Claim, which is 3 and a green. I think it lets you grab 2
Get 2 force, and it doesn't have to be basic, and they're untapped.
Yep. So you get to cast 2/3 visits next to each other. Oh wow, there's a lot of things with Sky Shroud.
It is 2/3 visits stapled into 1. Yes.
Yes, and it is at sorcery speed. So I think that, but the fact that it's 4 mana,
they come in untapped. So
they do come in tapped.
You're basically paying 2 mana for effectively, 2 lands, which is a pretty good rate if you really think about it.
I mean, it is, but if you think about it, most of the time, you were you want lower costed ramp because it gets you to your commander faster. Whereas if you have 4 mana ramp, it's not. Like, most commanders are going to be in the 3 to 5 mana range, I would say. A 4 mana ramp spell does not actually help you get to your commander faster, because if you're casting this on turn 4, you're still casting your 5 mana commander on turn 5.
I would like to argue for that landfall decks and big mana, like green decks. This card's amazing.
I was going to say, like...
Yeah. Like, I still don't think it's better than Nature's Lore 3 visits, but I think
it's like B tier.
I would put low B, high C.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think it's better than Rancor, but
I mean, if you want to put it in front of Rancor, that's fine. Yeah. I just didn't think Rancor was. I think it's better. I think Rancor is considerably better than Courser.
That's fine. Yeah, I think Rancor can be better than Courser.
Yep. And yeah, Sky Shroud Claim, fine card. Used to be expensive, now it's not.
Yeah. Next we have Burgeoning, which is whenever an opponent plays a land, you may put a land into play. Oh yeah, birds having flying and getting massive is a hilarious thing, KB, for sure.
Yeah.
Burgeoning, yeah, you get to put a land in play whenever an opponent plays a land. The thing is with this, you run out of lands, but also you can just have like 4 lands on turn 2 whenever it gets back to you. Like,
yeah, I mean, you can see it as a 1 mana, like, the thing is it's actually card disadvantage because the Nature's Lore and Rampant Growth, they're getting them from your deck. So yeah, you're not losing out on cards in your hand. Whereas this, if you play this on turn 1, have 4 lands in your hand, so you'd have like 3 or 4 cards when it comes back to your turn. So I'm not as high on this card as a lot of other people are.
I'm also in the same boat as Cameron. I think it's honestly overrated.
So
still very good.
That considering exploration as well, like, cause
I would much rather have exploration than I would have Burgeoning.
I would too, but I think exploration kind of suffers from the same problem that you just run out of lands sometimes.
That's fair.
Where do we put Burgeoning though?
B for Burgeoning.
B for Burgeoning.
At the bottom of B though, I think is where I would want to put it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Next we have Zendikar Resurgent, a card that's honestly, in my opinion, waned in power level over the years because of power creep. Oh yeah, Veil of Summer was incredibly broken. It's still pretty incredibly broken. But no, Zendikar Resurgent. I think this card was kind of a boogeyman when me and you, Cameron, first started playing EDH.
Yes.
And now it's just kind of been power corrupt. Because like you have Great Henges and you have Nyx Bloom Ancients and you have things that do more stuff for.
Don't forget about the mana doubling side of it.
No, that's why I said Nyx Bloom Ancient, because that's a mana tripler now.
I thought you said great. Oh, well, you did.
Something Great Henge too. Great Henge makes 2 mana. It draws you a card. I'm saying there are things out there that do it for like. Thank you, Carbon Dragonite. But there are things out there that do similar or more things for less mana, in my opinion.
Matt, what do you think?
I want to be honest with you. I think this card is D tier. I think that we have... Not that we've necessarily gotten the same effect printed. It's that we've gotten stuff reprinted that would make me push this card a lot more down.
I am going to argue hard for C at least, because the beauty of this card is it is 7 mana, so that's a lot. So you're getting this out turn 4 or 5 at the earliest generally.
Yes.
But the benefit to this is, in addition to the mana doubling, you're also getting card advantage from your creature, like if you're playing a creature deck. So if you're playing 30, 35 creatures in your green creature deck, this allows you to dump all your creatures as well as keep up without losing out on the cards.
Yeah,
so
and this
take
is...
something like Nyxbloom Ancient. While it is gonna like triple your mana, often I don't own one, and I've never had one on my field. Often what I see happen is that the person with Nyxbloom Ancient gets it out, plays all their stuff, and then everybody else just targets their card advantage for the rest of the game, and they literally do nothing.
I don't know. I cannot put this in good faith in C tier because I don't think that it warps your deck around it enough.
I think this is an instant kill when like you want to kill this thing on site whenever it hits the battlefield.
You can't let anybody untap with this. It's on the same level of like can't let them untap as like Nyxbloom, and I'm not arguing this is better than Nyxbloom because I do think Nyxbloom is much better. I just don't think it's bottom of the barrel. I think I would be perfectly fine if I'm playing a morph deck or green-red dudes or what is it, the Azuri deck that like Claw Progress or whatever. If I drop this, then
in like certain decks, it's
right.
Cool.
If you make it work, it's really good.
I was just gonna say like the 7 mana investment is. I think we're undervaluing that, or we're overvaluing.
No, I'm putting that into consideration when I put it at C because it does some good stuff, but the fact that it's 7 mana, I don't think it's quite a D. I think it's
most of the time you're tapping out for it. You're not,
right.
Which means that you now have 3 different players, and with the amount of we've all realized artifacts and enchantments need to go now. So that's why I'm more putting it in D because you have 3 people there that are probably running artifact and enchantment removal because they're the most problematic card types.
You can't really play the game like that. You just got the way I play, especially is you play the stuff. If people have the removal, they got it.
Yeah,
you tried. But the next card we're getting to, I know, is D tier.
Oh yeah, no,
easy
D.
Yes.
Yeah. Why is this still being played in green decks?
It comes in a lot of precons.
Exactly
we literally have this exact card,
but better,
but
like
better.
3 times over. We have Circuitous Route, Migration Path, and there's the kicker one that gives
Grow from the Ashes.
Yeah.
Why are people still playing this card?
Yeah, it's just bad. Yeah, like it's also like Rampant Growth. It's like 2 of those stapled together. Like Rampant Growth's not great either.
I'm fine with Rampant Growth.
I would rather have a Rampant Growth. I would rather have a Rampant Growth than Explosive Vegetables for the math reasons I was talking about earlier. But like,
yeah,
you still have better options. Like
we
100%.
We literally docked Sky Shroud Claim for being 4 mana.
True.
And these lands come in tapped as well as they have to be basic.
And they have to be basic.
Tapped.
Yes, Migration Path is significantly better than Explosion.
But I think we can move on to. I think this is Elemental Bond that's next.
It sure is.
It sure is.
Creature enters the battlefield with power 3 or greater.
You draw a
card is good.
Yeah, this is one of the best green card draw spells.
Really solid card draw.
Put an A. Solid
A. I think I put it. I think I'm putting it down here. Above,
I think it's more ubiquitous in decks than something like Greater Good. Greater Good is a very specific card for specific decks.
I think Greater Good has a better upside than Elemental Bond.
That's fine.
But that being said, I think we do need to put it above Greater Good because it is better in a lot more decks.
Mm-hmm. Do we think that Elemental Bond's better than Exploration though?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I do. I think the most important thing.
Exploration is worse than Greater Good.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's perfect where it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the most important thing in Magic is card advantage, in my opinion.
Indeed.
And that is it.
It looks like next we have
Overwhelming Stampede,
which is a card we talked about earlier. Yeah, so
just play hate peace tribe. Yes, play your plague engineers.
Yes.
Where X is the greatest power among creatures you control.
Tribal hate peace. Overwhelming Stampede. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm thinking C.
That's exactly where I was thinking.
Yeah, I think the problem is it pulls you in two different directions. It wants you to be tall and wide at the same time, and you kind of are already just winning the game if you're doing both of those things in green.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if you only have like a 3/3, giving a board of like 7 1/1s 3/3 and plus 3 and trample, it's nothing to scoff at. Card's fine.
I mean, you could just play Overrun then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing for it being like B or anything. I think it's fine where it is in C, and I think the card is perfectly fine.
Yeah,
I
think it's at the top of what we have for C right now, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Second Harvest. This card's fucking absurd in token decks.
The correct decks.
I think it's
all I'm gonna say is that in my spell list, it is pay 4 mana, make
more manaliths.
Make 200 manaliths probably.
I do love the fact that it just says tokens, because you have like an Academy Manufactor out. You just go wild.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, and also keep in mind that this is also directly affected by Peril Lives, doubling season, and all that. So this could easily be 4 mana, 16 extra tokens, which.
Yeah, it copies your clue tokens from Tyler's tracker. It copies all the treasure tokens you're about to be making once New Capenna releases. It's just really absurd. I think it's A tier because I don't know if it's quite like you have to put it in every green deck, but it's absurdly good in the decks that it goes.
In the decks that want it, yeah.
In the decks that want it, it's one of your best cards.
Now my question is, where in A tier do we put it? I think I put it
ahead of the Utopia Sprawl?
Ahead of Utopia Sprawl. I don't think it's better than Exploration.
I don't know. I feel like it might be better than Exploration.
You can make an argument for it being better than Exploration.
Well, I'm biased is the problem. Because I played in Ruxa.
As we said, in the correct decks, it is very good.
Yeah.
Like I said, it is one of your best cards in the correct deck. So...
horrible Xur deck that everyone hates. Fun fact, that was my first magic deck commander deck. It was pacifism deck. That
was my third commander deck. So,
and
I haven't had a Xur phase yet, and just know that you guys are in trouble if that ever happens.
I mean, we just don't let Xur live.
Yeah, we're good Magic players now.
Debatable. That's debatable.
Next up, we have Frost Fang, which does a few things. It gives your attacking creatures death touch. Mm-hmm. I think it's specifically attacking creatures. It is. Yeah.
It is.
So it makes your creatures incredibly hard to block, as well as whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. So you can draw a lot of cards.
It's Toski for 1 more mana, but with an added effect.
Yeah.
Of attacking creatures getting death touch.
Totski's already on the higher end of green creatures to the point where
I think Toski's better.
I think Toski's better. I mean, we could evaluate this and Toski at the same time since they're kind of similar.
Oh yes, Memnarch.
I think Toski's better. It being 1 less mana and it having indestructible is very relevant.
Well, let's go grab Toski. Where's Squirrel Boy?
Second row all the way to the right.
Yep.
Where do we think Toski goes? I think Toski's an S.
I'm almost willing to put it at S.
Low S.
Low S.
Low S.
Low S. No, I think doubling season's better.
I think you draw so many cards off Toski though.
Hide your Xur behind your Necropotents. Don't let them see your Xur. They won't know that.
I think Toski's better than Doubling Season, but
Doubling Season can do some shenanigans. Though. But like turn 4 Narset Ultimate.
You get to draw just so many cards.
Toski at its worst is draw.
Toski at its worst is bad. No, it's not even draw 1 because it's a 1/4 and it has to attack.
It has to attack. That being said, the upside to Totski is just so insane. That, we have to put it in S tier. Even at like mid power, I think Totski's so insane.
Yeah, I think the upside is just so much that I want to put it above Doubling Season.
It is an auto include KB in any green creature deck. It's like the first thing you put in for card advantage.
Yeah. Okay, well now or in Frost.
Wait, is it uncounterable as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
It's going to hit the board. It's going to be really hard to remove.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is very hard to deal with, and it is a metric fuck ton of card advantage. So
where would we
with all
put
this said,
Orin Frost Fang?
It's probably A tier, knowing all of this.
A or high B? I think the one extra mana. It's not sticky. The attacking creatures have death touch is nice. So if you're playing Finn the Fangbear, this card's amazing.
I think I'm putting it above Utopian Sprawl and Wild Growth, though.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Also,
I think it's too good to go into B tier.
I was gonna say, I think price wise, funnily enough, like I don't know, this isn't really something we're considering. I don't think, but it was at like 1.15 or like $20, but
So
it looks like
it's like $9.15 for the cheapest printing. Let's see what Toski is, because now I'm curious.
Toski was they're about the same.
Toski's actually a little bit cheaper. That's interesting.
$7.90. But
Well, Toski is also still in standard, so
true.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
B for first.
All right.
I really do think it's A. Wilderness Reclamation. I think you're actually going to play this the most, Cameron.
Yes, I like Calamax. I need to put a Calamax list back together.
You
that
should, yeah.
deck is fun.
So Wilderness Reclamation, at the beginning of your unstep, untap all the lands you control. It's like a one-time Seedborn Muse, essentially.
Harder to get rid of.
Harder to get rid of, because he doesn't just die to a random board wipe. But I think it still is worse than Seedborn
Muse. It's worse. Much worse. But it's still good.
I just don't know where to put it, because I want
C,
to
low
put
B.
it in B.
I want to put it at like the top of C tier.
That's fine. Like in the decks that want it, like are normally very mana hungry, like on other people's turns. So like a Rashmi deck would really like this.
Rashmi loves this.
Or a Calamax, obviously, or it feels like any green control-y flashy list would like this. So like I think it would be decent in Rune. Hidden Realm.
Yeva loves this.
It's
right?
good.
Yeva.
Yeah, it's good in decks that play on other people's turns, which isn't every
and that's
deck.
what I like doing.
I kind of want to put it at the bottom of B, honestly.
That's fine. I'm fine with low B.
I feel like it just.
I'm fine with either or.
Getting the extra land on tap, it feels so demoralizing to play against, because you're like, oh, they just did all this stuff on their turn, and now they get to do it again. And there's also so many like broken ass lands in EDH now that like getting to tap them again. Like
I'm trying to think of some broken stuff you can do with lands with this.
Gaia's Cradle.
Well, yeah,
with Alchemist Refuge.
Alchemist Refuge, yeah. Oh, Logan. Now I want to do that. Thank you.
Damn it. But no, it's so brutal to like. Or you're playing against like a deck, not even like a control deck, just a deck with blue in it or something with counter spells, and you're like, oh cool, they tapped out for their turn to cast spells, so I can cast spells this time, and then you're like, oh wait, actually I can't because they untap. Like
it's like a Crucifix deck is really good as well. Same reason that like Seedborn Muse is very good in that deck.
Ironically, this is really good in the mono green jelly bean.
Yep, I was about to just say it.
Oh yeah,
mono green Omnath.
Omnath, yes. Very
I'm scarred by Wilderness Reclamation because I happen to be playing against Nexus of Fate.
Sure, any lands that draw cards. This is also you can just.
I am happy with where Wilderness Rec is.
Yeah. Next we have Corrosion Grip. Really good card. I think it's been power crept a bit though.
A little bit.
A lot.
It's been power crept a lot of bit.
I almost always would put a Nature's Claim in over this.
I would always put a Forza Vigor in over this.
That either one of those. Forza Vigor is you lose a card but hit 2 things, and Nature's Claim is 1 mana. And I value it being 1 mana a lot.
Is this?
I value 1 mana and the 2 things a lot more than I value.
Is this a C?
Because I would put it in C. I don't think it's D.
Has it been power crept that much? Okay, where are we putting it in C? Because I think it's better than Overwhelming Stampede.
That's fine.
I agree with that.
Like,
I mean, Split Second is relevant.
It being immune to counter spells is very relevant. Split Second does not care about mana abilities, notably. Yeah. So like if you go to like Corrosion Grip someone's KCI, then it doesn't matter. They can just sack everything to it because it's a mana ability, which is stupid.
I think this is actually like a really good meta call removal spell. But if it doesn't matter that much in your meta, then like there's much more like efficient options.
Like if someone's like going ham with blue Urza stacks, this is pretty good to hit the Winter Orb because they can't do anything about it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they can tap it for mana.
Yes,
with
but they
Urza,
can't.
but
They can't save it.
They can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Aelith's
But next we have Rampaging Balos, I believe. Yes. So
card is okay.
It is a. Is it a 5/5 or a 6/6? I'm not gonna look it up.
Card is okay.
Very okay. It is a 6-mana 6/6.
It's a 6/6 with trample, and it makes 4/4 beast creature tokens. You could just play Scoot Swarm.
Yes, but also these are chonky.
Bonkers.
You could play. There's Omnath. Well, I guess we're talking about mono green.
I mean, if you're playing, well, I don't want to exclude it just to mono green, because like if you're playing this, like if you're playing a Tatiova landfall deck or an Omnath landfall deck or something, you're going to be playing both this and Scoot Swarm.
Yep.
The only thing I could see where you would play only the Scoot Swarm is if your deck is devoted to playing the Kodama Bounce Land combo with Scoot Swarm. With Rampaging Baloths, it's a lot more mana intensive. It being 6 mana, it's double the mana of the Scoot Swarm.
6 mana. I don't know. I want to put it in C tier, but I feel like I'm gonna get yelled at for that. So
I think the card's okay, perfectly okay.
I think it's the most solid B ever.
I said C.
I'd go low B.
Yep.
Low B is fine.
I think it's worse than Wilderness Wreck, but not by much.
Okay. Wait, do we think Wilderness Wreck's worse than Burgeoning? Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Nasty Terrasti.
D tier.
D.
It has.
I love Terrastodon.
I love my big
It's better
dumb
than
elephant.
Veggies. It's better than Veggies.
Oh no, yeah, I just
Veggies is going to be the worst card on this list.
I think you're right. Stop playing explosive vegetables, people. There are good cheap cards that are better than it.
Also, stop playing Terrastodon as much as I love it.
No,
I love a good nasty Terrasti, but it's just been
It's just too much. It's too much mana.
And it
it's
gives
good in the decks
mana.
that can abuse the ETB. So if you're playing a green blink deck,
I mean,
think
it
it's
can
fine.
be decent in like very specific decks, but it's just pretty like.
Yeah.
Hello there, Smooth JC.
Hello, Justin.
hello.
How's it
So,
going?
We talked about Wilderness Wreck. I believe we're on Seaboard Muse now.
That's S.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
somewhere in S.
It's somewhere in S.
Yes, we're untapping all of our stuff. It's our untapped step brother.
It's our untapped step, comrade.
I personally would put it behind Finale.
Yeah, I happen to agree with that.
I'm okay with this. Yeah.
Because there are decks literally built around that one card. I mean, like that's CDH, so I probably won't bring it up as much. But it is fair to mention that like while it is not their like main, it's one of the things that like the Curious Control wants to do. Is just get a Seedborn Muse and sit there and activate Thrastios.
Also, Kennen. Kennen
Yes.
loves this card as well in CDH.
Any deck loves this card.
Any
Yeah,
deck
so-
that has activated abilities that cost mana love this.
I was just going to make my case on why it's S tier, just to say it.
I'll go for it.
This card is 1/2 of Corsair of Crewfix, which is arguably one of the most.
You mean Prophet of Crewfix?
Or Prophet, sorry.
Prophet of Crewfix
Prophet
is
of
banned for a
Crewfix.
reason.
For Prophet of Crewfix is banned for a reason. To get the same exact effect, it requires 9 mana now.
Yes.
Yeah, this card is absolutely broken.
Yes.
Good with me.
Sylvan Library. I personally love this card,
A.
but I am a legacy boomer, so
I would put it in A. Well,
Put
I think it's. I mean, it's a pretty big life taxer if you want to.
Commander's not as big of a deal. When we played Legacy, paying 8 was relevant. Like
I don't know.
I played
8 life adds up pretty fast in Commander.
I just remember when I played against you and you were on Depths, I was on Maverick. I would just pay 8 every time because you only dealt damage in increments of 20.
True, unless I. Well, yeah, because you could always block all my little shitters. Yeah.
I'm gonna just say this on Sylvan Library.
Say it.
It says draw 3, not look at the top 3 and then choose if you want to draw 3.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually extremely relevant because of Smothering Tithe.
Also Dredge.
Also
it's really
Dredge.
funky with Dredge.
So,
do some funky stuff.
I think it's A tier. As much as I would love to put it in S.
I'd put it top of A.
Yeah, I think it's the best A.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Okay, so I'm looking at A right now. Does Quarter Calling look out of place to you guys? Does it feel like it should be higher?
It is a win condition with Convoke.
It is.
Yeah.
Are we leaving it where it's at?
I think there are better green tutors.
Yeah, like the next card we're about to talk about.
Alright, Worldly Tutor.
S tier.
I will say, I think it's relevant. It puts it to the top of your library.
Not Battlefield.
One mana instant speed tutor any creature to the top.
It's good.
Yeah. Look, if we're gonna put Vampire, well, Vampiric Tutor is better than this card.
Because it gets any card, yeah.
Creatures are still extremely relevant, Commander. That are so relevant that it is.
Well, here, let's put this into perspective. Do we think it's better than Toski?
No.
No. That being said, I think it's better than Sylvan Library.
I agree. Now is it? So now we're in the weird spot. I'm fine with it there. Now we're in the weird spot. Is it an S or is it an A? Is this a card you put in every green deck?
Yes.
I think it belongs in S then.
I think you can make an argument outside. The only argument you can make in not putting it in every green deck is Choose or Cringe.
Cameron, do you have any rebuttals?
He is muted right now.
Cameron's dead.
No, I'm fine with where it is.
Okay. Next we have Priest of Titania. Titania, however you want to pronounce it. There's like 7 different ways to pronounce this.
This card is hilarious when you're playing this and your opponent is playing elves.
Yes, it is an old card that is templated in the way that says all elves on the battlefield, not just the elves you control. So,
yep.
Pretty hilarious. I will say people just have random, like, elves are pretty common creature types, so people would just randomly have elves out, so you might get just incidental
one of the
value
most
from
common.
people playing, yeah.
Like, behind human?
I think so.
Like, warrior?
Goblin, maybe? I don't know.
I don't think it's better than Arbor Elf.
No.
And it being 2 mana is pretty big.
I think it's B tier, like the top of B.
Wait, y'all put Cannabis Transformation in B?
Where do you put it?
Low A.
We put it in B because it's sorcery speed, which
and
is
it's interactable.
relevant.
It's yeah.
I suppose it just the nuking a commander is pretty good.
Yeah, but when we get to it eventually, Song of the Dryads is what we were going to put in A instead of.
I'd argue not against, but I would have an argument for Kenny's transformation being above. But we'll get there when we get there.
I think
we'll get there when we get there.
So let me go fish out all of the 1 mana
Mystic,
elf dorks.
I think that's all of them.
That's all 3 of them. Yeah.
That's all of them.
They are the same card.
They're the same card.
B.
I think
B.
I think people should play more 1 mana mana dorks. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yes.
But I can still agree with B. Now, where in B do we put this?
Middle.
Middle.
It's very middle. These cards are
like
middle of the middle.
So I
put it right in front of Sky Shroud Claim.
I was gonna say, I think the decision point is: it better than Fertile Ground, or
I think it's better than Fertile Ground.
Yeah.
I think it's better just because it's 1 mana as compared to 2.
No, it is not better than Crop Rotation.
I wasn't trying to put it there. It's just
it's
just how it snaps. Now hang on. Now we have to rate them between each other. Which one has the best art out of what we have here?
No. Elvish Mystic, because of the new secret layer.
We all.
Okay, what do we have right here in front of us? Is what I'm saying.
Llanowar Elves has the best.
Llanowar Elves is the
out
best
of these.
of
I think Vinhorn Elves is better.
But you think wrong.
You think wrong.
I've been outvoted. I understand that. At least put Vinhorn Elves second out of these.
Now,
Yes.
if we're gonna have all-time best arts, the new Elvish Mystic is just insane.
I like original Llanowar elf art.
Oh, the Goblin Elf.
I'm being a shithead. So. Anyway, Roundup Excavator. This is. Wait, what's the artifact that does this? I can't remember the name of it.
Crucible Worlds.
Crucible Worlds
on a body.
I love this card.
Which means it's tutorable with all your relevant tutors, your Green Sun Zeniths and whatnot. But yes, it is. This is, I mean, great card. Let's get your fetch lands back.
Card advantage.
Like,
it's like drawing a card.
Drops.
Yeah, with fetch lands.
Yeah, I suppose it's like drawing a card.
Reuse your land drops. I wouldn't put it A.
No, I think it's B. I think
you put it before Rampaging Baloths.
But have you considered Strip Mine Locks?
That's hard to do in Commander.
True, okay, that's true.
It's like impossible to do in Commander.
Just get like an Azusa, I just had this. Can we get
That
an
is-
Azula?
Azula?
Altar, an Azula
Azula?
altar of Azusa, just because their names are similar.
I was gonna say, Stripline locks are hard unless you're playing Mr. Lord Windgrace.
Yes.
That's fine. I'm fine with it.
I think it's better than Burgeoning. I think it's better than
I do think-
Rancor too.
I do think it's better than Burgeoning, and probably Rancor, just because it is card advantage most of the time. In the decks you're gonna put it in, right? Like if you're not playing fetches, you probably should think about not putting this card in your deck.
Well, I think you put this card in, and I think this warps your deck, and you're not. I think you warp your deck around this card. I think you decide to play fetches because of this card instead of the other way around.
I disagree. I think you play fetches because they're great at mana fixing.
Yes,
And
I
this
was
card-
gonna be with Cameron.
If cards didn't, if fetch lands didn't exist, this card would be not bad, but it wouldn't be nearly as good. It also is very good with the Horizon lands, the Canopy lands.
Yeah, that's really good with those. And also Strip Mine.
Yes.
Is it better
Strip
than
Mine
Rancor,
waste
though?
land.
I think it's better than Rancor.
Sure, it's better than Anchor.
Is
It
it
is
better
better
than Sky
than
Shroud play?
Yeah.
Is it better than Furlground?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it better than the Elves?
No.
No.
That's where I
There
would
we
stop.
go. There we
We
go.
found it.
Bob, Birds of Paradise.
It's A.
A tier.
Best. I think it.
I
There's a
think
big
Arbor
argument.
Elf is better because we have ways of
I
making
think
things
Arbor Elf
for
is
it.
better because it has upside, and also Yavimaya exists, so your mountain turns into
Yes,
forest.
but the floor of Birds of Paradise is much better. The ceiling, I honestly think I value the floor of
I
Birds.
think Birds does have a relevant keyword
flying.
too. It has flying, which is not.
I mean,
which if we put our Rancor on the Birds,
it is a 2-1.
it's a 2-1.
I think I value the Birds of Paradise's floor of, especially in a very mana intensive deck. If I'm playing 3 or 4 colors, I'm probably gonna play Birds before Arbor Elf personally.
I agree with that, but I think I don't know. I think the highs outweigh the lows on Arbor Elf.
Also notable in a deck like, this is specific, but Kinnan, you're not as worried. Like Birds is better, but that's very specific.
Birds is better in Kinnan, but like
I think I
you're
like the
playing,
upside of Elf
if you
more.
play like Utopia Sprawl or any of those effects, Arbor Elf is just better.
I think I like
at
the
that
upside
point-
of Elf more.
Yeah,
I do think it's
I'm okay
worse.
with being outvoted.
I might be biased
Um,
because I play like almost exclusively 1 and 2 color decks, but
I've been outvoted. That is fine, but
yeah.
if this were my personal list, I would put Birds above.
I think they're very close.
Arbor Elf.
We have the
They're real
Gorge.
close.
Oh, that's S. Get it up there.
Put it right.
I put it
after
before
finale.
Toasty. Oh, you're
Right
going
after
that high.
finale and right in between Seedborn Muse. This card is utterly broken.
It's 1/1 counter too,
It gets 1/1 counters and draws cards.
and it doesn't care. Like, is it total power of creatures or power of
No,
one
it's
creature?
power of
It's-
one creature.
It's power of one creature, but it is way easier to cast it. Even casting this thing for 4 mana is batshit insane.
But
Because it makes
So-
2.
I don't know. I've run into weird situations where I just had a bunch of little shitters on, and it's not worth it to cast this. But I don't know. I'm weird with my green decks, so.
I don't think I'd put it above Seed. I think I like it kind of where it is.
I think
Right
Heroic
there.
Intervention's a little bit better.
No, I don't think Heroic Intervention.
I would put it above Heroic Intervention. I think Seedborn. Oh, I don't know. That's tough. Ooh.
I
What do you
think
about it, Cameron?
because let me just put it this way. Seedborn Muse allows me to play on other people's turns. I have a much higher chance of popping off with the Great Hinge in 1 turn, and more than sometimes even winning the game. Casting this thing for 2 mana.
That's
So,
fair. Like Seedborn Muse,
does
you need
so
to kind of work
much.
around it. Like you need stuff out to like make it facilitate it. Great Hinge is just good on its own.
I think Seaboard Muse is better than Great Henge, though.
Leave it there for now.
I think it's.
This was in my like. This is the third card that I've alluded to of what I think are the 3 best green cards, which is Finale, Crater Hoof, and the Great Henge.
I've had too many like awkward situations with the Great Henge for me to put it above Seedborn. I think Seedborn just is so consistently good. Like I said, your deck is built around this card. Like you're not, if you're playing Seedborn Mutes, you're not like your deck's going to work with it like well.
Yeah, but I don't need to build my deck around the Great Henge, and it's just as good, if not better, most of the time. That's why I'm putting it up in.
I think getting 4 untapped steps in a turn cycle is insanely powerful, but what do you think,
yeah,
Cameron?
But Cameron has disappeared for a little bit.
No,
so.
he's dead. I'll wait till he wait. Or does he get back?
Yeah, we'll wait till he gets back to finish this ranking. But
yes,
it's so hard because all these cards are so insane. The top 4 green cards are so insane that it's actually hard to rank them in order. Because you can make an argument for any one of those 4 being the best green card. And like a very good argument too.
Yeah.
So
let's see if we can get some bad ones out of the way while he's gone. Oh, Farhaven Elf. This card's kind of meh.
E tier. 3 mana, like
we have Wood Elves in here
spells.
too because it's the same thing.
Wood Elves is better, much better.
Why does Wood Elves say Forest or something?
Yeah, Wood Elves says Forest and it also doesn't say tapped.
Oh, that's true. Well, is Wood Elves in here?
If Wood Elves isn't in here, I'm disappointed in EDHRec. I'm disappointed. Oh, it is. It's right next to Lifecrafter's Bestiary in between Temur Sabertooth.
Okay, where's Wood Elves go?
Solid B.
I think I'm putting it.
I'm putting it above Wilderness Reclamation, just barely. Because you can also flicker this thing.
I guess that's true. I don't know. I think maybe I overvalue untapping lands.
I don't think you do. I just think that finding Forest untapped, like, we'll play Nature's Lore and 3 visits, right? This is just 1 mana, but you get a body out of it, and it's an elf, which is extremely relevant.
We're talking about. We try to do a weaker card because we had Green Sun Zenith coming up. We're talking about Wood Elves and Farhaven Elf.
Wood Elves is better.
Well, yeah, we definitely assessed that. We were kind of talking about is Wood Elves better than or worse than Wilderness Rec, and I think it's worse than, but
I'd say better.
Okay, well that's 2.
They can get any forest.
It goes and gets any forest, and also its upside is higher than Wilderness Reclamation.
Do you think it's better
than... it is an elf.
Do you think it's better than Burgeoning?
No, I think it's fine where it is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, now back to this. What do you think the Great Henge is better than or worse than Seedborn Muse?
Better.
You disappoint me. Anyway, Farhaven Elf, since we rated Wood Elves.
I put C for Farhaven. We got to start putting stuff in lower tiers, but looking ahead, I am seeing worse cards. So
yes,
yeah.
Where do we put it in C? I think it's like.
I think it's worse C. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Like, yeah. What is that one? Does that one tutor a land to your hand?
Basic land to the battlefield tapped.
Oh, is it 2 or 3 mana?
3 mana.
Okay, so it's the same as Wood Elves, but only basics.
Wood Elves is untapped.
And Wood Elves is also untapped.
Yeah.
All right, moving ahead.
GSZ.
S.
I was gonna say A because of the green creature restriction.
Yeah. Well, I'd argue it's better than Worldly Tutor.
It's real close. Yeah, we can move Worldly Tutor down, but I don't think it's S tier.
I think it's better than Worldly Tutor.
Oh, it is.
And it's better than Port of
Calling. Battlefield. Well, we already have it above Chords. So.
And it also shuffles in, which doesn't come as much up in Commander.
It is also a 1 mana ramp spell.
Yep, with Dryad Arbor.
You should absolutely be running Dryad Arbor in your deck.
Is it
a lot of times.
So we have it at the top of A right now. Is it S?
I'm fine with it being the best A tier card. I don't think there's an A tier card that will beat that.
We'll see. With Simeon Urchin, member of the Discord community. Check this Discord plug time. Look in the description. You will find a link to our Discord. You should join. We have lots of fun discussions, and we play games with viewers on Wednesdays, sometimes more often. And then I'll see what Simeon Urchin, valued member of the Discord community, has to say. But I feel like green has more land synergies that would be more useful to abuse while they're on the field, and while Wood Elves can grab buff any forest, the fact that a Wilderness Rest gives you a free untap is so I think that was supposed to be integral, or so.
I agree with that. I do think that the fact that Wilderness Rec, you're kind of playing a very specific playstyle. You need the lands on other people's turns. Whereas Wood Elves can kind of go in any deck that's even just splashing green. Just to get that forest. I think it's slightly better.
The raw power of Wilderness Rec is better. And like you just need
it's the whole ceiling floor. It's the whole ceiling floor argument.
I think the mid of Wood Elves is higher than the mid of Wilderness Rec.
I agree with Matt.
Eldritch Evolution. I think this is you have to sack a creature and you get something that's like 1 or 2
CMC 2 or greater. 2 or greater, or plus 2 less than that.
X plus 2.
X or less,
tutor. It's a pretty interesting tutor.
It's good. It's
good.
Kind of like Neo form. I don't think it's better than Green Sun Zenith.
Well, obviously not.
I mean,
do we think it's better than Cord? I don't think it is better than Cord.
No, I don't think it's better than Cord.
I kinda would argue that it might be.
Why? It's very restrictive on what you can go get.
I mean, if you're sacking a 4-drop, you're getting a 6. That's most of your deck.
Yeah, but you have to have the 4-drop.
I guess. I wouldn't put it much lower than Cord. I think it's right on par with it. Like, to the point where it's right behind it.
Also keep in mind, Cord is an instant, not a sorcery.
This is a sorcery.
That is very...
I think it's better than Second Harvest.
It is better than Second Harvest.
I think it's better than Exploration. I think it's better than Greater Good, and I think it's better than Elemental Bond. Tutors that go straight to the battlefield are very valuable.
Very powerful.
I think I'll agree.
And even if you're going like turn 1 Dork, turn 2 Eldritch Evolution, your Dork into a 3-drop. I can't think of a 3-drop off the top of my head that you would need, but like it can be done.
You're playing fetch lands, so you get Ramonop Excavator.
No, what you do is you turn 1 Green Sun Zenith for 0. Wait, no, that's a 0. Never mind. My plan.
You get to add 2.
It would be you get a 2-drop.
Yeah, you go Mox Diamond, pitch a land, play a Llanowar Elves.
All right.
Forest. There we go. Now we're thinking.
Simeon Urchin and I as well have a Calamax deck.
Yes, we know the evils of
Wilderness Rec.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like my second deck when we got back into Commander.
Calamax is super cool though.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna put it back together.
You should. It's like a pretty unique deck. I think it'd be fun to have on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
We are on Bloom Tender though. I think Bloom Tender is super good.
Yeah.
It can make an insane amount of mana.
Yeah.
I think it's better than Priest of Titania.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's like bottom of A tier.
I think it's the best 2-mana dork.
Yep.
It being able to make
better than the enchantments.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
don't actually think it's better than Orin Frost Fang, but I do think it's better.
I don't know.
In the correct decks, it's one of the best cards in the deck. If you're playing,
I don't know if it's better than the mana enchantments, personally. Because these are 1-drops, and they're like super consistent. They're super.
I'm gonna argue for the potential of Bloom Tender making 3 or 4 mana is super good.
Yeah, but also can just make 1 mana. Like,
that's fine.
That's not a terrible floor. I've played worse cards.
Nature's Claim. Really, really good.
Not S. I would put it S.
I think it's A.
Solid A or B. Low A. Lowest A? I'm fine with it being the lowest A.
I just had it over here. Where in A do we put it? I guess it could be lowest A.
It's generally, if I'm playing Artifact or Enchantment removal in green, it is the first one in my deck.
I mean, to be fair, I think this is just a card I put in every green deck.
Yeah, that's why I was saying...
That doesn't necessarily make it S.
That's why I was saying S, because it's... The raid is just so insane, right? Like, sure, 4 life, but who cares? That's irrelevant. 1 mana, destroy target artifact or enchantment is...
Alright,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah,
I think Simeon, we're arguing that the ceiling of Bloom Tender drags the mid level of it up enough to be the best 2-mana dork. And arguably better than...
Depends upon the deck.
Well, we're talking about cards that are legal in EDHRec. Otherwise, Raphaelos is definitely.
Oh yeah.
So now that I think about it, Priest of Titania, I think it's really close to Priest of Titania. I think they're very similar power level.
Yeah.
Because it depends upon the way you build your deck. Because if you're playing Priest of Titania, you're probably playing a number of elves that like are good with Priest.
A ball of elves, perhaps.
Yes, a ball of elves. The more I talk about it, the more I want to put it like right next to Priest of Titania.
I think it's higher because Freed from the Real exist.
Yes. So that's where I would do it right there.
Yep.
I think they are very similar cards. Next tier list is best 2-mana dork tier list.
If you want a hyper specific tier list, put it in the chat right now. We'll write it down.
We'll write it down. We'll consider it, and then we'll do black cards.
Best 4-mana card I got third place with on a Wednesday.
Yep. Nature's Claim is worth some Limb Tinder, but
yeah, I think that's perfect. I would put Nature's. I think Bloom Tinder is last A tier card. There's a reason it was like $50-$60 at one point.
It's still expensive too. Even though it got a Secret Lair reprint, it's still not cheap.
Anyway, we have Parallel Lives, which is obviously worse than Dumpling Season because it's only half of Dumpling Season.
Yes, the sheer amount of dumb tokens in this format.
Yeah.
Still put it A.
And still A.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where.
It's better than Second Harvest, better than Exploration.
Yeah, because Second Harvest does this one time.
Yeah.
Wasn't Parallel Lives like stupid expensive now?
Yeah, it's like $45 at least.
I think it's right below the Tutors.
Yep. It's a good place for it.
I want to check the price of it because I thought it was like 70 at one point.
No.
I can't spell.
It was right after Adrixanev, or Chatterfang actually got spoiled. It spiked up.
Okay, it's about $50.
Yeah,
so you can probably get it for 40, 45.
Yeah.
I used to own one.
I did too. I traded mine. So, funny story. I am the worst at trading, choosing when to trade cards. Because I traded Parallel Lives and then pulled a special art Chatterfang foil.
Oh, unfortunate.
And I was like, well, I guess I'm building a token deck now.
Did you rebuy your Parallel Lives?
No, it's with Dustin. Dustin has it. Might try and get it back off of him soon.
I don't know. He did say he might build the Volo deck, so that might be tough.
I think I can convince him.
We'll see.
All right, Oracle Moldiah. I love this card. I think it's gotten. I don't want to say power crept.
I think we do have a link. Well, I guess if we just did. Let me add it to the description real quick. So I drag this over so we're not.
Did I make a goof?
Oh no, I just didn't add the link to the description.
Oh.
Yeah. It's actually Logan making a goof.
Aha. When I initially made the tier list, it was too big. I had to go in and resize every card that I got from Scryfall.
That's fair.
We can talk about Oracle.
Oracle's like a solid B now because it's gotten power crap.
All right,
B or low A.
If you refresh the tab, you should be able to. You should be able to get the
card advantage, and it's Courser, Krufix, and Exploration on the same card. So it kind of minus the life gain. So, but the life gain's not the part you care about.
Have we considered the Great Aurora as a?
What the world is the Great Aurora?
I think I know what this one does.
I think I know what this is.
Each player shovels all cards from their hands and all permanents they own to the library, then draw that many cards. Each player may put a number of land cards from their hand to the battlefield and exile the Great Aurora.
This is so funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Triple S tier, but only after Colossal Dreadmaw.
Oh yes.
After Colossal Dreadmaw.
Colossal Dreadmaw's not even on this tier list, so we need to put him on here and rank him triple S.
Make his own tier.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, but we were on Oracle Moldiah, so back to that.
Oracle is a very good card. I wish I still owned one. I do not now, and I'm sad.
Do you need one?
You have one?
I do have one.
I just haven't built a lands deck in a while, because, like, I guess I could put that back.
Sir, it has the creature type elf.
Yeah, it does.
It's still a pretty good card.
As if I need an excuse to play my Gaia's Cradle.
All right. Anyway, where are we putting Oracle?
B.
B.
Yeah, obviously it's better than Mr. Shitter here, but
actual factual.
I would put it higher.
Better.
I think
just because it's over here is not meaning this is where I'm putting it. I'm just having.
I think I would put it in front of Kenny's. Like I think it's like one of the better B tier cards.
Yeah, it's definitely better than Kenny's.
But I think it's not better than Priest.
I don't know.
No, Priest has a much higher upside than Oracle.
Soul of the Harvest. This is another card I think that's been power crept a lot. It is
still good. Still good.
I'm going to just say this. I think Soul of the Harvest has become power crept, but is now underrated. I actually think the card's really good.
So it's a 6 mana. Priest and Oracle. Yes, Priest and Oracle. We're getting religious in here.
Yep.
Soul of the Harvest is a 6 mana 6/6. Whenever a non-token creature enters is it cast or enters the battlefield?
It's ETB.
It's ETB.
Yeah.
It's Guardian Project, which I don't know if y'all have gotten to that one. I don't think
we
you
have.
Not.
No.
It's Guardian Project, but
another
on a 6/6 trampler
enters the battlefield under your control. You may draw a card. Okay.
Yeah, this card's good.
It's not better than Guardian Project or Great Hinge.
It's definitely beneath or Frost Fang, because that draws way more cards.
I think it's B tier.
Where in B?
Low. I would put it above Rampage and Balos, I think.
I think right where you got it right there.
Yep, perfect.
So Beast Whisperer, which is basically a very similar thing, but it's 2 mana cheaper.
A tier.
A tier.
A tier? Where in A?
Yeah.
Yep.
Up. No, maybe
right in between Greater Good and Elemental Bond.
I agree with this.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, you don't think it's better than Elemental Bond?
I do think. Actually, I think it's better than Elemental Bond. It's a cast trigger.
It's not restricted.
It's not restricted to ETB.
No,
I guess it's really
I will
a
say
wash.
this cannot trigger off of tokens because of the fact
that
it's
that's
cast.
true.
Yeah.
That's
I think
true.
it's fine right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll put it
It's a
underneath
lot more.
Bond, yeah. Rexage. The fact that it can get tutored up off of like green tutors is really, really nice.
Isn't there a better one now? The Changeling one? Masked Vandal?
Yeah.
I mean, Masked Vandal, I don't think it's on the list, number 1. And number 2, Masked Vandal is kind of like you can like there can be situations in games where on like turn 3 you need to get rid of an artifact somebody ramped into a Great Hinge or something, and it's like, no, we need that gone now. And
sir,
Masked Vandal does have the relevant ability if you have to exile a creature card.
That's what I was getting at, that you may not have a creature in your graveyard.
Can I just say this?
Yo,
this says creature type elf, therefore extremely relevant.
I mean, technically, Masked Vandal also says creature type elf.
Beast Whisperer is a creature and an elf. It's better than Elemental Bond.
Yeah, you know what? Dustin even convinced me.
Thank you, Smooth.
All you have to say is
JC.
elf.
Elf. That's why we have to put Reclamation Sage in at least B, if not A tier, because it does say elf.
I think it's in B.
I think it's worse than Nature's Claim.
Where the hell do we put Nature's Claim? Okay, Nature's
Low A.
Claim.
But I think as far as like I will still play a Rex Sage in a non-elf deck, like that cares about this is a green creature deck. It's just good, very solid.
I think I'm putting it here, in like upper B, but
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that.
And also, notably, if you're playing some kind of blink deck with this as opposed to Masked Vandal, the Rex Sage not having to exile the creature card on the way in is really nice.
yes.
I agree with Simeon here. The flexibility of Rex Sage is way nicer than Masked Vandal.
Yeah. And it's an elf. Well, actually,
an elf.
Masked Vandal's a changeling, so it's also an elf, so...
Yeah, but one just gets the effect regardless, and the other one I need something in my graveyard.
Yeah, the stipulation makes it kind of tough. But we are now at Spring Bloom Druid. I want to put it here, honestly. I think it sucks.
Yep.
It's better than in Veggies, but it's bad. I'll play it in my Tatiova deck, and I'll play it begrudgingly there.
Yes.
Yep.
And next we have Realm Walker, which I'm going to pull on because I don't remember what it
that's Tribal
does.
Matters.
I love this card.
And as about to choose creature type, you may look at the top of your library. You may cast creature spell of the chosen type from the top of your library.
The upside to this card, because you're only playing this in tribal decks, is so absurdly high.
Yes. Yeah,
that-
no, it's free. In an elf deck, it's literally can read just like draw 3 extra cards.
Yeah.
From the top of your library.
You know what? But there's something else that is draw 6 cards. It's called Lead the Stampede, and I hate you. And you know.
Excuse me, that's 5. That's 5.
Oh, what? It felt like 6. Okay.
Lead the Stampede. For reference, Logan played 8-Rack in Modern, and I played Elves.
And I was
and
like,
I had
kill him.
I had to lead the Stampede. I had like a card in hand, and I lead the Stampede, drew 5, which was hilarious. Simeon. I feel Rexage can get overshadowed in certain archetypes, like yeah. Caustic Caterpillar is very good in like a Marin deck, but I could see playing both in a Marin deck.
I think you play both.
Or you just have to wait for the first board wipe removal spell.
I still think I like Rexage in more general sense.
I do too.
It's like it gets to destroy the thing and also stick around, whereas Caustic has to die. But like in certain decks, the Caustic Caterpillar is going to be better. But
it also just feels right to me. Like Rexage is such it's been good forever, and it just feels nice to have that kind of card that hasn't gotten power crept out too much. It feels like home.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels right. But anyway, Realm Walker, pretty good card.
It's an elf.
Okay, yeah, technically. Unless you cast it on the top of your library.
It's A tier.
Real talk though, what are the other tribes that you could potentially like? I thought of elementals at first. Muldrotha, yeah.
I mean, anything with green in its color identity.
I'm just trying to think of all the relevant green tribes.
This could probably go in a dragon's deck.
This goes in dragons, humans.
Oh, humans, yeah.
Oh, humans, yeah. Elves, elementals.
Elves.
Yeah, it can be overplayed a bit. Like, I can see what you're saying, Simeon. Like, in certain decks, like if you're playing, as you said, a Marin deck, Caustic Caterpillar probably is better.
Yeah.
But in most decks, I'd probably take the Rexage.
I think the Rexage may be overrated a little bit by like the EDH community, but it's still just a solid card. Like.
Yep.
Where are we playing Realm Walker though? I don't think we decided.
B.
Where in B?
I almost said bottom of A.
Industry. I don't know what this card does.
Oh, that's one of the. Here, it should be on Scryfall now. Let's pull it up. Hang on.
It
does a bunch of stuff.
It costs so much mana. That's my problem with it.
It is 7 mana, and it's only on the ETBs. Like I still I like Gargaroth better than it.
Yeah.
This or Terastodon.
I mean, the thing is, when it comes down to it, it's like 7 mana and it doesn't win me the game.
Oh, yeah.
Would you say this is Terastodon? I'm playing this over Terastodon every day.
I'm playing this over Terastodon every day.
Okay, I'm curious. I may take the Terastodon, because this specifically says you can't choose the same one twice. So I can't destroy 2 artifacts or enchantments with this.
Yep.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, Terastodon's also 9 mana, 8 mana.
Or hear me out. Just play Druid Purification.
Ruth.
I think Titan Ministry does do enough stuff that I'll make the top 100. I do.
Ooh, slivers, walls, yeah, those are all good.
These are
those are all really good.
That's why I wanted to put it in A, because just any tribe, and there's enough tribal decks that I think. Yeah.
In any tribal deck with green that you're playing, what's the threshold for tribal decks? Like 25 creatures of that creature type.
I think
it's super good.
Yeah.
What do we have, Realm Walker? We haven't put it. I'd go A.
Where in A?
I think it's below Bloom Tinder.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Veil of Summer. I think this isn't as good in EDH as it is in like 60 card formats.
I mean, I go A or S though. Still.
I'm just gonna put it this way, and I'm gonna rebuttal that. Depends on what type of EDH we're talking about. In CEDH, this card is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, that is the problem here.
It's also relevant to mention that it's not just counterspells that it's protecting you from. If someone goes to Assassin's Trophy, something of yours, which is a very common card played in any style of EDH.
Or if they try to Baby Rift.
Yeah, Baby Rift, that works too. Doesn't protect you from board wipes. I mean, you can cycle it, I guess.
Yeah.
We haven't played much Commander in person over the last 3 years with other people.
So now I'm
Jason.
making a Slivers deck now, Jason.
Veil is insane, yes, Republic. I would go A or S. It is the best green interaction spell, like for the stack. It is a 1-mana cryptic command in the correct scenario.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real with you. I put this in every green deck. And
I don't, but that's just
depends upon power level.
Where are we putting it? I think it's worse than Heroic Intervention.
I think it's worse than Toadski.
Like low S?
To do something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just cantrip it away regardless. I don't even know if you want to cantrip it away because, as I said, it protects you from removal spells too. Doomblade is near and dear to my heart.
I mean, there's certain
it stops a
situations where you just
Doomblade.
cantrip it.
Yeah, I mean,
this does seem like one of the cards you would hate, Jason. So
it is egregious. It is 1-mana cryptic command.
Mm-hmm.
We are now to Azusa.
Yeah.
Man, the ceiling is so high on this card, and then the floor is just absolutely.
Have I mentioned Strip Mine Locks?
I
think it's better than Oracle Multi. I think it's an
similar. Low A.
Low A. I think it's better than Realm Walker. I don't think it's better than Bloom Tender.
This with any of these effects with a Ramanop Excavator and a fetch land is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, Strip Mine Lock.
Logan, do you need to go somewhere else to live out your Strip Mine Lock fantasies?
Yeah, because you guys won't want me doing it.
You can do it.
You can do it. I don't care.
Okay, Strip Mine Lock deck coming.
You have to play green for that, though.
And?
I don't know. What's the color you won't play? Blue? Or have you gotten over that?
It's pretty much just white. I don't really play any. Well, I've played white now too.
Who are you and what have you become?
He's become a better Magic player than he was before.
Oh, gross! I hate that for myself. Where are we putting Azusa?
Would y'all rather have this or Exploration? Just out of curiosity.
This.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'd honestly rather have Exploration.
I would too. It's 1 mana.
1 mana and it's harder to remove.
Fine. Where is this card going?
Right where you got it.
JC, what card were you referring to? Veil? Or
Yeah, that was. I think about very certain.
Veil. Yeah, we were still on Veil at that point. It is backbreaking at high. That I think that ceiling is why I would keep it S or low A, specifically Veil.
Yeah.
Next we have Forza Vigor though, which is I guess it's a 2-for-2 because you're excited the card.
Oh yeah, this one I called it a 2-for-1 earlier. This one isn't even a 2-for-1. That's awesome.
It can be a 2-for-1.
Why would you?
It's a 2-for-2. Yeah.
So 1-for-1.
Yeah.
Quit doing your fractional math.
Math.
I play Magic, not math-thick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You heard me.
All right.
Here first. Anyway, Forza Vigor, is it better than Nature's Claim?
I personally play Nature's Claim before this normally.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
That being said, I've been putting both of them in pretty much every green deck I have.
And that and like a Rex Sage, that's probably your good. That's your artifact removal package. Your artifact enchantment removal.
Is this good right here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
It's below Nature's Claim?
Right there.
We have Regrowth.
Can we evaluate this and Ewit at the same time since it's right next to each
do we
other?
have Balgate Recovery here too?
Yes.
We do.
I think Balgate Recovery is better, personally, but...
I think Eternal Witness is the best out of all of these.
I am going to disagree. I don't remember where I've seen this argument. It may have been Command Zone, but people need to stop putting Ewit in every deck. Because the 2/1 body is not valuable unless you're actually doing something with it. So like in a Marin deck that you can recur it, sure. A a Blink deck where you're gonna get more value out of it, sure. I think Regrowth is just the best of these because it's the least amount of mana.
I think Balgate Recovery is better.
I actually think Balgate is better than Regrowth because it is an MDFC.
I think the fact that it can be a land makes it, even if it's 1 mana more, it makes it so much better.
Mm-hmm.
I'd argue both of them are better than Ewit. Don't get me wrong. Eternal Witness is a very, 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 very good Magic card. But just because it's a creature doesn't mean it's better than the other two.
I don't know. I think it's just because I put so many graveyard recursion decks and flicker decks that I want to put Eternal Witness higher.
Yeah, I just feel like I would be able to recur Ewit and a good amount.
I mean, if you're building around it, sure, but
and
I've
also
seen decks where people just put it in for the recursion effect for a one-off. If you're doing that, play Regrowth.
Oh yeah, if you're doing that.
But also the fact that I can tutor an Ewit off of a Green Sun Zenith, a Finale of Devastation, or, you know, a Chord, like... His comment does still apply for Ewit.
Yeah, I generally prefer it over the cheaper effect on the lower.
I don't know, like, I see where you're coming from, Cameron. But yeah, it might just be the fact that I play decks where it would be...
I would go Recovery, Regrowth, Ewit. That's how I would do it. And don't get me wrong, I have played many an Ewit.
I would go Recovery, Ewit, Regrowth. They're all ranked at the exact same tier. I don't think we're going to put any in. They're all A tier.
Like this effect in a non in a color that doesn't normally get this effect, so pair it with like a red or something, or a green white, pairing this with being able to recur a creature or another instant or sorcery is really good.
Oh,
what's up, Otherworldly? True, generic creature synergies do help it.
Yeah, like,
I think I'm okay with putting.
We have Great Hand draws me a card.
I am okay with Ewit going above it, but I want people to consider that their deck may not be an Eternal Witness deck. It may be a Regrowth deck.
I think Ewit's better, but I think people should not play Ewit as much. Yeah, I think I can agree with you on that.
Because if, to my knowledge, it is the most played card in... was it the most? It was at one point. Hold on, let me go to EDHRec while I'm thinking about it. Y'all can continue.
Okay, but where are we putting this in A tier? I know we talked about that.
I want to put it right after Frost Fang.
So I've done research.
I think I'm fine with that.
So it's not the number one green card, but it is the number one creature played in EDH, Eternal Witness, and I think it is in 28% of decks.
I think the counter argument is it is a creature. I think that is enough of an upside to call it better.
I mean,
even if you're using a one-off effect, it's just there's so many creature synergies in anything that has green that makes it better.
But if you're not necessarily building your deck around that, my main argument is that people should not just blindly put Ewit into their deck. If you're in a Calamax deck, Regrowth is better.
Oh,
right?
Yes. It depends on the deck. I'm just saying, on average, I think Eternal Witness is better.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I have it here just beneath Odin Frost Fang. These three: Balligar Recovery, then Ewit, then Regrowth.
Yeah, that's fine. I may put them ahead of Second Harvest or in Frost Fang, honestly.
Yeah,
being able to rebuy anything is so good.
Yeah, that's fair.
But they're all right next to each other, and they're all in the same exact slot in your deck.
Balligar Recovery is the only MDFC I will play in any, like, if I'm playing a green deck, that one is in.
Yeah.
That's the only one
quick
I do that
question:
for.
what the hell is this next card? Is that
Tireless Provisioner?
Tireless Provisioner, sir.
I don't know. What is this
landfall?
Card?
You make a treasure or a food or a clue.
It's a food, clue, or treasure.
It's one. I thought it was only one of the two. It is food or treasure. It is a
token or a treasure token.
I guess this would literally be just better Tireless Tracker.
Yeah, it's just better Tireless Tracker.
I mean, with
it's one more mana
factor, it is better Tireless Tracker. But I guess never mind. Tireless Tracker with a Cannabis Manufactor, just the same exact thing. So, it's kind of a Lotus Cobra, like.
Yeah, it's actually better than the Lotus Cobra because Treasure Token turns out is better than mana emptying out.
You can hold it.
Is Boseiju in this?
Boseiju is colorless. It is.
We could. So I guess we might have to do a lands tier list at some point.
Yeah. Lands.
Yeah. We'll definitely do that, and we'll put the most broken land up in S tier. Don't worry, guys.
Ari and Simeon, I do agree that even if you just put in a little bit of effort, that Ewit is better. I guess let me go back on that. It's more so that I index like a Rashmi deck that you would much rather want the Regrowth because one, it is cheaper, and two, you're not really caring about the 2/1 body generally in those kinds of decks.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a Moxfield account, if that's what you're asking about, KB. I think you can just find us as Smoothbrain EDH, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
We're on Tierlist Provisioner.
Oh, yeah.
I think Lotus Cobra is...
I think
they're similar. I think it's better because it's mana directly
mana.
into the mana pool.
So, well, I don't think that's an argument, because the fact a treasure being a treasure means it can stick around.
Treasure being a treasure means it sticks around, and also there is this new card called Professional Facebreaker.
Yeah.
And we all know how insane that is.
Ew.
Yes, KB, that's exactly correct.
Yep.
Ew.
Yeah. Okay, Tyler's perfect. Where we put this card? This card's really good, but
This card's very good.
I haven't played with it or against it enough to feel like I know exactly where to evaluate it.
You know the fact that I had no clue what this card was about 30 seconds ago, so I have no clue.
B or A is where I'd put it.
I'm gonna put it at the top of B. I think it might actually be better than Priest.
I think I'm fine.
There's so much incidental landfall things that can happen that cause you to get treasure tokens.
Yeah.
I mean, Boseiju would probably be an
S. I think
A or S, high A or S if we were.
Yeah,
I think it's there. I'm gonna be real with you. I think it's an S tier.
I think it's S, but yeah.
There's literally no.
I'm sure we'll do like a utility lands tier list at some point probably.
Well, let's do it.
Inspiring Call.
I don't know what this card does either.
Why is this card in the top 100 green cards?
I don't know, but it was. It's good in the decks that want it. It is very good in the decks that want it.
I'm gonna be real with you. I've cut this from the decks that want it.
Nah, it's not D. I think it's C.
I think it's C.
If you're playing a green white 1/1 counters deck, this is one of the best card advantage pieces you can have in your deck.
Yeah, but also, I don't know. I'm just super low on this card. Like I said, I cut it in the decks that want it, so I think it's low C.
That's fine. It immediately went to D, and I don't think it's that.
Yeah, it's not D, but
I don't think the new stash is on here because
the link doesn't go to the tier. It just goes to the template apparently.
Oh no.
Oh well, yeah. I don't think we can actually link directly to this.
I
can. Can't I?
We will definitely tweet out and post in the Discord the image after we're done with it.
You know what? Justin's convinced me enough. It is D tier. Move it down. Move it down above Terrastodon. There we go.
It's not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's not worse than veggies.
You know what? I'll agree with that. It's not worse than veggies.
I think it's worse than Terrastodon.
I think it's there. That's fine.
Okay.
I don't think it's as bad as people give it credit for.
I still don't know if Tyler's Provisioner is above Priest of Titania. I really don't.
Where was Ramanop?
Ramanop's right here.
Would y'all say is it better than the 1-mana dorks?
I don't know if it is.
No, there are no new Capenna cards.
Yeah, I don't think we have any new Capenna cards.
As of this morning, when I constructed this from the top 100 played green cards according to EDHRec.
Oh, we will definitely make sure to do that, Ari. Yeah.
I am willing to move it down. Is it better than Oracle? No.
I think it is just above Ramanop, honestly.
Are we overranking Fertile Ground?
Yes. We are.
Okay. Where is it going?
C. It being 2 mana.
I'd much rather just get a land rather than enchant a land. I'll be honest with you.
This is true, yes. Yeah, they're definitely, yeah. We've done this before, amongst friends, and posted them in our own personal Discord. So yeah.
I didn't know I had to link.
We're going to put this in one of our Discord chats. Another plug of the Discord.
Check the description.
Yes, Jason, we are in agreement that dorks are severely underplayed.
Dorks are absolutely underplayed. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, back to what we were doing. I think
this is Return to Nature.
Is that? Oh, Return to Nature. Oh, that's naturalized, but better.
Yeah, this card is actually
power naturalized. Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, this card's.
I don't think it's better than Corrosion Grip.
It's not.
It's fine.
It's not great. It's fine.
Yeah, I'd much rather play Corrosion Grip, but I think it's right below it.
I think it's right behind Corrosion Grip.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I feel like
the third mode. The only time I can see you using the third mode is if someone like goes to reanimate something and you can snipe it.
I kind of like it more than. I don't like it more than like these 3 cards.
I actually do. I think modularity is really
yeah,
good
but the inherent power.
It just doesn't do a whole lot. Like,
it destroys an artifact or enchantment. I think it's fine there. Would you play Naturalize? Absolutely not, because this exists.
Yeah,
but I think it's I'd put it below the Zendikar Resurgent.
Okay. But Avengers Assemble.
Is this S or A tier, guys?
Avengers Assemble.
Avengers, it's A. It is generally the green fatty you play at the top end of your deck.
But it needs other stuff to make it like really, really powerful.
Not really. It just kind of wins on its own if you let it sit for 2 or 3 turns.
Yeah, but
you die.
We are good EDH players, and we kill this before it can make all the plants into 1/2s and 2/3s.
That doesn't matter. It's still a must-answer threat.
No, I agree.
Very good.
Where is it going?
It's A
somewhere
tier.
in A.
It's A tier. I don't know where it's going in A tier, but it's definitely A tier.
Let's go down the list.
Is it better than Realm Walker?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it better than Azusa?
Yes.
Bloom Tender.
Yep.
Horse.
Yes.
Nature's
Yep.
Curse.
Yep.
The enchantments. Frost
Yes.
Fang. Second
Yes.
Harvest. Really
Yes.
good with Second Harvest, actually. Regrowths. Yeah. Is it better than the regrowth effects?
Do we put it right in front of the regrowths or right behind the regrowths?
I actually think it might be better than Exploration.
Okay.
I think it's better than Exploration. I think it's better than
I think
I think it's better than Elemental Bond. I think it's better than Beast Whisper. I think it's better than
I don't know if it's
Paralyzed.
better than Beast Whisperer.
I don't
think it's
I'm
better.
putting it right
I don't think
below
it's better than
Eldritch
Beast Whisperer.
I think it goes behind Beast Whisperer.
Yeah.
Like any green creature deck that I'm probably playing this because it goes wide, like it goes tall, kind of does everything. Fetch lands is ridiculous.
I slightly disagree, but I'm fine with this. Beast Within. Good card.
That's great.
Fine.
S tier.
No, it's not S.
No,
Actually, it says destroy target permanent.
you can blame the people of EDHRec for
Yeah,
not
for the
being
no
tooth
tooth
and
and
nail.
nail. I guess it is
Destroying target permanent is much more relevant than you think it is.
yes, but I wouldn't put it above Green Sun Zenith. I don't think. I wouldn't put it above World. I think it's A. It's somewhere.
I think it's around Nature's Claim and Forza Vigor.
No, I actually think it's better than both of them, and I'm gonna.
Okay, well, we can put it right there.
Low S due to its power and low EDH. It's not a CEDH card, but honestly, you can throw it in a Stomping deck and occasionally
That's
win
about
games on Avenger of Zendikar.
So
yep.
yeah, Jason there is agreeing with me, I think. But
You were gonna give it low S Avenger?
I was gonna give it a little bit higher in A.
Oh.
Like I would put it below,
I think it's fine where it is.
I think I would put it above Return of the Wild Speaker, but
It's probably
Anyway.
just the best green fatty and casual.
Anyway, where are we putting Beast Within? I have it right below the mana enchantments right now.
It's so good. It is really good, and it's generally the 3 mana's a lot for a removal spell, but it's a permanent.
3 mana's
And that's not
right on
normally
curve
something
for a
green
removal
gets.
spell.
Yeah, it's normally not something green gets.
It's also instant speed, which is extremely relevant.
3
So,
mana's like right.
What are the
in
better
spell.
removal spells than this? Assassin's Trophy, like
We're talking about-
Vindicate, or
about,
Anguish
like, target
Unmaking.
permanent?
I'm just talking in general. Yeah, just
Yeah,
just
like
removal.
Vindicate, Anguish Unmaking, Indicate. Haha, no.
Wait, did you
Vindicate,
say
yeah.
Vindicate's better than this?
I did not. I said Anguish Unmaking.
Absolutely not.
My bad. I thought Cameron said
I
Vindicate.
mean, Jenner's Gift is the same card.
It's the same card, yeah. We do not have a Patreon yet, KB, but thank you for asking.
I'm gonna be real with you. I value the instant speed so much more than even. I think Assassin's Trophy is definitely better in terms of spot removal, but it's just hard for me to not give this S tier because it's just so good, and it literally goes in every green deck.
It does go in every green deck. That is relevant.
If it's S, I think it's the last S tier card.
Yeah.
Depends upon the power level. In a CDH environment, you're not playing this because 3 mana removal is too much, unless you're like mono green. But in like mid power, high power, casual, this thing slaps.
And in all levels of casual,
yeah, this thing
I think
slaps.
this thing slaps. It's so good.
And it's good budget option too. Like it's not expensive, which is nice.
We like wide. We wide boys.
Oh, we talking about Beastmaster Ascension?
Yeah.
I defended that card to Jason like a week ago.
I love this card.
That's great.
Pretty good.
I just talked
it's
about
getting a
it.
reprint.
It is.
Look out for a new series incoming. So the video we just recorded for that series. I actually talked about Beastmaster Ascension in that video.
Beastmaster Ascension's fine. It's good.
Where do we put it? I think
A or B.
I like it an A.
I like it an A.
Okay. I wish it gave trample, but that'd probably be too good.
That would.
Well,
be
then I
insane.
couldn't put it in Roxa.
Oh no.
Oh no. Anyways.
Do we put it above the mana enchantments? I think we do.
Yeah.
Now, where is it amongst Second Harvest or in
I
Frost
think
Fang?
right in front of the enchantments, the mana enchantments.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
think drawing cards is better than this, but this effect can just win you games. Like.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of just winning
Champion of
games,
Lamholt.
I've seen you do shenanigans with this.
Giving green unblockable. Who thought that would have been good?
Also, very relevant that it just says power. So this thing can just be incidentally buffed by Anthem effects and still be.
You know what's also what also is little nugget about this? It's a human.
It is a human,
Oh,
which
God.
means that it triggers Kyler.
We still need to get that Kyle altar of Kyler with where his monster.
I'm working on it. Don't worry.
I do like me a good champion of Lamholt. Unblockable is super
it's also
good.
a warrior, guys. So to keep that in mind.
Najila.
Rejoice. Your deck
yeah.
already.
Jason, would you like to
it needed
comment?
help.
Yeah.
Can you be reached for comment right now, Jason? But yeah, Champion of Lamholt's great. Where go though?
A.
Above Azusa.
Above Azusa, yeah.
I like that.
With this, yes.
Cultivate.
These cards are overplayed.
Cultivate and
I'm gonna
Kodama's
say-
Reach.
Oh, let me go grab Kodama's Reach. Is probably.
I'm
They're
gonna
the same
put.
card.
I'm just gonna say this. You need to not. Yep, damn right, it's a warrior. All right. Let me put it this way. This is gonna be a
You're about to
similar
say something
type.
blasphemous.
This is a similar type of argument to Eternal Witness. People throw both of these in without actually thinking about it.
There's much better options.
You you play one of them, you don't play both, and I think your deck tends to actually be a little bit stronger.
I am going to hard disagree. I think both of these are good. Because having these all gets you the ramp and as well as a land drop for next turn or that turn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I think both of them being in the deck are are overplayed.
Lamholt, Husky, and Tana together sounds absolutely disgusting. I love it. Where were we at? Okay, we're still doing Cultivate. Where are we putting these? I think
on their own they're A tier.
Yeah.
Okay.
They may be. I tend to
I
keep
think
them
they're
both
on the lower end. Of it.
in my mid. I think they may be the lowest
I
A
think
tier
they're
to
the
be
lowest
honest.
A tier.
Mhm.
I
That's
was
fine
gonna
with
put
me.
them lower than A tier, but if you guys are,
I'm just
What are y'all's hang-ups on the cards? Just out of curiosity.
it's 3
free mana.
See, that's why you play more mana dorks so you can turn to this.
Or you just play the 2 mana rocks, and also you play dorks as well, I guess. But,
I mean, I'm in green. Why would I play a rock? I would rather have land.
Yeah,
there's
we'll
two
definitely
mana
have
dorks too. Like play 1 and 2 mana.
I feel like this card is either over or underrated always. I think Cultivate is literally the most played card in Commander. No, that's Soul Ring. Never mind. It's Soul Ring.
It's the most played green card in Commander.
Yes. So it goes Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Swords, Cultivate.
Yep. Like I said, I think my main issue with them is not actually the raw power. It's people putting both of them in their deck without actually thinking about it.
That's fair.
So
I think the argument is people need to think about their card choices more.
yes.
Yeah. think, damn it. I kind of want to put them in B tier, but if you guys are fine with the B,
I think them especially in mid power casual, them getting you the extra the next land drop as well. Because I've been in situations where I cast this like having a 2-lander with a dork and this, I feel much more comfortable keeping that hand because I'm getting another guaranteed land drop as well as ramp.
I mean, that's fine.
Hypergenesis.
That's
Hypergenesis.
illegal. That's illegal.
That's illegal.
But I love it all the same.
Next we have what I believe is Evolution Sage, which is that +1?
Yes. Land enters battlefield, proliferate.
Oh, it's
Card's hot.
Yeah.
This card's hot.
Fine.
I mean, it's good. Yeah.
In a deck that wants to proliferate, it's fine.
Yeah.
Where go though?
B.
I think it was
B.
B too. My instinct is to put it at like.
My instinct is actually to put it under Rampaging Baloths.
Really?
You think it's the worst B?
I think it's better than Rampaging Baloths at least.
I actually kind of value. The thing is that you need stuff for this thing to be good. You need counters on something for it to be good, or else it does nothing.
I guess you just have lands because you're green. So.
Play this in Atraxa.
Play this in Atraxa. Play this in any Super Friends deck.
There you go.
Assassin en route, Simeon.
Yep.
Noted.
That's kind of where we draw the line somewhat too.
Yeah,
KB.
fast man is when you start verging into CDH. Now the type of deck you're playing kind of differentiates you between high power and CDH, but CDH, like, your deck warps so much that you're playing like in an absurdly low amount of lands.
Like in CEDH, you're literally so inbred in that format that you're
playing like 28 lands.
You're playing 28 lands and you're playing all meta answers. You're not.
It's so weird.
But Explorers that much? Sorry, I was looking.
Yeah, Explorers played that much.
Explorer, I don't like. I think Explorer's like a C tier. I think
it.
Explorer's like worse than Farhaven Elf.
I think it's lowest C. Like, you have to have another land in hand for it to be good. I guess its ceiling is pretty high. 2 mana, draw a card. So, but
Far C, I don't remember if it says if it's untapped or not.
It is tapped.
It's tapped.
Okay,
but
so it is. So it
duel.
is. I would say it is worse than Nature's Lore and 3 Visits, then for sure. Is it
We
even
wanna put
S
it ahead
tier?
of? No.
No.
I would put it ahead of Cultivate and Kodama's Reach.
Yeah.
Is it better than Realmwalker though?
Maybe.
I actually think it might be better than Utopia Sprawl.
Yeah, I'd put it right above the Utopia Sprawled.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
getting a land out in general is better than like putting something on a land, just in case there's a board wipe.
And also, it does, even though it doesn't grab Forest, Shelby.
Yeah. Go get basic. The one card you can't get is basic Forest.
Basic Forest.
You can grab Forest as long as it has no subtype.
Yeah.
Yes.
It can't grab basic Forest.
No, it
cannot grab basic Forest.
It cannot.
That being said,
Abdul Urza.
Sorry.
That's
in most decks, yeah, it's just 2 mana ramp, which we always love to have.
True.
Yep. 2 mana ramp is the best ramp. Yeah, it can't be played in mono green. That is relevant.
I think it's fine.
But I don't think we're evaluating this as if we were playing it mono green.
No, I don't.
That's not how I've been interpreting it.
Well, yeah, if we were doing that, then Bloom Tender's like a fucking C tier card. So.
Yeah, no, it's D.
Bloom Tender is D tier at that point.
It is just a worse Land of Werewolves at that point.
Yeah. Garrick's Uprising, so it gives
Love
things
this card.
trample, also can draw you cards.
It can draw a card on its way down and win another creature in its battlefield.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
4
Good
power
card.
is very easy to achieve as well.
Yeah, this with Rampaging Baloths.
Yeah.
I will note though, Bad and Ruxa gives your creature trample.
Yes.
Okay, and?
I remember when Logan was like, look at my Ruxa deck. What's wrong with that? I'm like, Garrick's Uprising. And then I totally forgot. It gives your creatures a keyword.
Yep, that was this is the scenario I had already thought of. But yes, Garrick's Uprising. Where did we put Elemental Bond? Because this is just better than that, isn't it? Or is
3 and 4 power. That's a pretty big gap.
Are they next to each other then?
I think it's right below Elemental Bond.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
I do think giving trample is very relevant though.
Okay. Next we have, I believe that's Harmonize.
D tier. This card's overplayed.
It's not worse than veggies.
No, it's not worse than veggies.
It's overplayed, but I don't think it's bad.
I put it right here. I literally just
the card is
drag
fine.
it up, and you guys
It's
like
generally better. It's generally better to assemble an engine to draw cards as opposed to a quick 3-mana draw 3.
I'm
But
putting
if you're
I'm putting it at top of D.
Yeah, if you're playing mono green and
even if you're playing mono green, there's still better options now. So
it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give if you play it. I'm not going to give you crap. Like in a green.
I'm not going to give you crap for it. I'm just going to say there are much better cards to play than this.
Yeah.
In a very budget green deck, I think it's fine.
So next we have Incubation Druid, which I like this card a lot.
See, I don't.
I happen to agree with Cameron. I actually don't like this card that much.
Relevant. There was a play to win video where if you don't control any lands, it actually doesn't tap for anything.
Yep.
Because it cares about lands you control.
What is Veggies? Veggies is Explosive Vegetations. It is a 3 and a green to find 2 basic lands to the battlefield tapped.
Explosive Vegetation.
Side note, there are 3 or 4 of the exact same effect, but better cards printed.
Yeah. Where are we putting Incubation Druid then? I guess it's definitely below. Well, it's definitely below these guys.
C.
If
you're playing a counters deck, I think it's good. Like if you're playing Rishkar as your commander, this card's actually pretty good.
I mean, but it's a mana dork that upgrades people upgrades.
It's 5 mana to upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay. Migration.
Hey, speaking of better explosive vegetation.
Yeah, here let's read the Migration Path together.
This is probably the best one.
Search your library for 2 basic land cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped and shuffle. You can also cycle it away.
It is explosive vegetation with cycling.
Yeah.
It is
so
C tier?
Instantly C tier.
I think it's C.
I think it's C.
I really don't think the cycling has that much, but
I think it does.
It is. Is it better than? I think it's better than Harmonize. I think it is the worst C tier card, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. I'll put it bottom of C tier. I'm glad you're entertaining.
All right.
Ramping Growth.
Hey, fun fact. It's called Ramp because of this card.
Yep.
I didn't know that for a while.
So it's definitely worse than Farseek. I think it's worse. I think it's worse than the mana enchantments.
So Ari, I think those cards aren't on here because those are newer-ish cards. And also, Alistair Shepherd was like $105.
I think, if Alistair Shepherd Shepherd is definitely an S tier card, but the fact that it's so expensive is probably
same with Circle of Dreams Druid.
It's just too new.
Yeah,
Pathbreaker Ibex not being on this list actually surprised me.
That's wild.
Yeah, Pathbreaker slept on. Lurking Predators is awesome.
Like if I was doing my top 100 green cards, those 5 would probably be. I think that was 5. Yeah, I think those 5 would all be in my top 100. But the people of EDH world do not agree.
Endurance, I could argue against because it's only 1, but it's also it's so good. I can't argue against it.
I mean, it's a free spell. Like, it's a free spell at the end of the day.
It's free. Yeah.
Where are we putting Rampant Growth? Is it better than Cultivate and Kodama's Reach?
No.
Actually, I think it is 2 mana. I value 2 mana over 3.
Just above it.
Yeah.
It's not better than Realm Walker.
I can
remember where we want to be in Commander is 2 mana. So.
Yeah, 2. I remember when I played Darksteel Ingot and thought that was fine.
Graft Mage. What does Graft Mage do? Graft to.
That's not.
Yeah, that's infinite mana with Incubation Druid. Pretty cool.
Oh,
neat.
New.
That's a new combo. I didn't know about that one.
I don't think that changes where I'd put it. That's still really cool.
Pretty cool though. Yeah. Like anyway.
I mean, it would also go infinite with Freed from the Rail, right? If you have it adapted.
I think so.
Yes.
Freed from the Rail. Yeah.
It's not hard to go infinite with Freed from the Rail.
No.
Rishkar's Expertise.
Is this better than?
I think it's better than Greater Good.
Well, I was gonna go. Is it better than Return of the Wild Speaker? They are similar cards.
I think it is. I think it is because the free spell cast, even though it's not instant speed. Like this is essentially
you get to double up. It's free.
You double up. It's
I would put it just above.
Is the modality worth it though?
No.
I think being able to draw 6, then cast a 6. Is it 5 or less CMC? 5 CMC
It's
or
5.
less?
So it's 6. So all of these all the expertises are you can cast something that's
Or 1 or less.
yeah,
than
one
what you cast it
less
for.
than what you just cast for. So yeah, and this is 6, so it's 5 or less.
I mean, the thing is like, if this were 6 mana and didn't have the cast part, like, I don't know if they're... Well, no, I don't think it'd be playable, but it would... I wouldn't laugh at you for playing it.
Yeah,
It also looks like the Curse Rod of Greatwood from Dark Souls 3 when I look at it, so that's
Yeah,
why
it
I like
No,
this
it does a
card.
little bit, yeah.
That's why I like this card.
You're absolutely right to prioritize those cards already.
KB Darksteel Mutation is very good.
Darksteel Mutation's a great card, yeah.
Mhm.
The fact that it doesn't die to a board weapon is great, because that's kind of the problem with Kenny's Transformation.
Mhm.
Anyway, we
It is
are now
mode
at
forever.
Steve. I feel
It's
like
better than Rampant Growth.
I feel like
It is better than
I
Regrowth.
feel like it goes next.
I think
to
it's right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Old Steve.
Scoos.
It's not that good in Commander.
No, it's not, unfortunately.
No.
There's one, what is it? What's the freaking zombie that's partner commander? Tormod. It is a very good card in a partner Kodama Tormod deck.
You're right, it is. Yeah.
Alright.
It's one of the best
Where
cards
does
in
it
there.
go?
I'm gonna just say this: Scoos is like such a meta card.
Yes.
If your meta is filled with graveyard shenanigans, Scoos goes to A tier. But if it's not,
I think it's C.
it's C.
To B.
I think
Got
I think it's C.
But
I think it's C.
I don't think it's good in Commander. There are so much better ways to exile graveyards. I would play Relic of
There are a
Progenitus. I
lot.
would play
I think
Tormod. I would play Tormod Script.
I agree that Scoos is underplayed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still underplayed.
I think bottom of B. I'd be happy with bottom of B.
I'll give you that.
I'll agree with that.
Like, Scoos in
Yes.
constructed formats is one of my favorite things ever.
All right,
moving on.
So speaking of things with is the first.
Ska.
S tier. This card's broken.
It's better Rampaging Baloths.
Well, yeah, easily. It's half the amount of mana.
I don't think it's better than Toski.
Yeah. God, this card's insane.
Yeah, right there.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Like Scoot Swarm. Yeah, it's just better.
It's
just,
too easy to break.
Well, you're
There's
not
a
even
lot of
breaking it. You're just playing
that's
lands.
true.
You're just playing Magic.
Yeah, you're just playing Magic and it breaks itself. Like,
Oops! I went exponential.
it's
Oopsie.
Do you have to play land, or is it land? Is it landfall,
No,
or
it's landfall.
it's landfall.
okay?
Yeah.
Well, at least you have to play the land.
Huh?
Landfall
No.
Landfall's
just
land-
land ETB, or do you have
Yeah,
to play?
Landfall is land ETB.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Hey, that with Guy's Cradle.
Yeah.
Anyway, Shamanic Revelation.
Hey, that's a good card.
That's a good card I've
It's
heard.
up here around Rich Cars and Return of the
Yeah,
Wild
it's
Speaker.
the same card except it cares
I think
about the
it's-
opposite
I
thing.
think it's worse than these two though.
Scoozy Vert.
Scoozy Vert. Well, I will now be calling.
Scoozy
it that from
Vert.
now on. I'm calling it that from now on.
Goosey I love that so
good.
much.
Then drop the
Scoot.
Great exactly.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's worse than Rich Cars because you get a free spell. I think it's worse than Return of the Wild Speaker because modality. It just does have the life gain on it, but I don't care about it.
You
as
don't play
much.
it for that. You
don't
play
play
it
it for
because
that. Yeah.
the go wide draw
So I
card.
think it's the third. I think it's third out of these three.
Sure.
Yep.
Give you that.
Team or Sabretooth.
A. Well, on its own, the card isn't actually that good.
I would say yeah.
Like-
Without Dockside.
Or
What is
there's
this
also the mono green with the elf, Wirewood Symbiote, elf,
Oh, I
and
guess that's
Team or
an option.
Sabretooth. There's another way to get it going.
So I'm just gonna say this. I think when Dockside gets banned, right now we have to put it in A. But when Dockside gets banned in a couple months, because you know it's going to.
Let's see.
They've already said that it's probably going to.
I'd put it at B. I think it's still good.
I
Where
think
is
this
it
card-
going right now?
This effect is let's remember this effect in green doesn't happen. The bouncing to your
No,
hand.
it's pretty-
So
Yeah.
being able to rebuy your creatures and get really good ETB effects like a Rex Sage or an Ewit, even though I was just harping on the card earlier. I think the card is still good. I think it even if when Dockside gets banned, hopefully it does.
I think it drops to C.
I'd go below B.
Yeah, it's an incredible
Yeah.
combo piece, but otherwise it's pretty meh.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is
So
it
do
now?
we want to put it high B right now, just because of?
IB right now because Dockside exists.
I put it above. above priest or behind priest?
I think it's right behind priest. There's just enough things that say elf in the game that
Yeah.
Another fun.
Ari did make a good point. Shamanic Revelation is a sorcery. And
So is Rishkar's.
So is Rishkar's.
Yeah, so that might be a reason to push.
Would you put it more akin to Elemental Bond? I'd be okay moving it down to there, the Shamanic Revelation.
I think is that an argument for Return of the Wild Speaker to be higher than Rishkar's?
No, because you cast a spell for free.
Silu and my Alayla deck. Being able to double up with the Rishkars is nice, but also if you're just casting the Garruk's Upright or Return of the Wild Speaker on someone's instep, it's kind of the same thing as Rishkars. It's not free, but like you're immediately getting to use one of those cards. Crippling Ligma.
Also, if you break, I just think Rishkar's is just better.
It's
just
so
personally.
good. I would be okay moving Shamanic down behind.
Also keep in mind, Rishkar says any creature not non-human. So in Kyler, this is why I'm gonna argue it's better. In human tribal, you can actually put Rishkar and it does something.
Something Ruxa. I don't know. Anyway, Shamanic Revelation. We'll put
That's fine.
There, yeah.
Ooh, I love this next card.
Cool,
it's not great.
Like really fucking mediocre.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Really mediocre.
It's not D. It's card advantage.
It's C.
I'd put it above Migration Path.
Yeah.
I'd put it above Explore.
I think there.
I'd put it above Farhaven Elf.
I don't know if I would.
You scry every upkeep. That's not irrelevant.
That isn't irrelevant.
It's not super relevant though.
It's not great. Have we not gotten the Guardian Project yet? Nope, it's close.
It's close.
But it's fine. Like if you don't own the Guardian Project or if you're in a budget, it's fine.
Agree with Jason. Free casting is incredibly irrelevant.
Irrelevant?
Yeah.
No, very relevant. Sorry. I've been a little under the weather, guys.
Yeah.
So
you're fine.
I would rather ramp than maybe get a card draw. So
it's not a maybe, you get it. You just gotta pay a green.
Yeah, no, maybe, exactly. You
just gotta pay a green.
I'd much rather get the ramp.
Hey, it's 5 mana Rex Sage.
Acidic Slime. Where is it? Where's
actually, it can have a higher ceiling than Rex Sage.
It can hit a Field of Dead. Or a
Gaia's Cradle.
5 mana!
Or Cabal Coffers.
Just play a Ghost Quarter or a Wasteland.
Play Beast Within over this, please.
I think Rex Sage is better because, yes.
Yeah.
Rex Sage is 3 mana.
Alright.
High speed, low B.
So, low B for this art, if we had the Secret Lair art, it's obviously A tier.
I'm fine with it. Lowest B.
So is it it's a worse ooze than Scav?
I honestly would put Evolution Sage as the worst B card still.
Yeah, I agree with this.
Like that. That's a Fertilid.
Fertilid! We do love a good Fertilid. I'm gonna pull this up because I feel like this is not a common card. It's a top
on this card. It's 5 mana for a Rampant Growth.
It's terrible, but I love it.
It's terrible.
He's very cute. He's just a little boy. He's just a little dude.
It is 5 mana for a Rampant Growth.
He's just a little dude. He's just a little guy.
This is a budget. This is a budget all-star. Let's be honest here.
C low D. Low C D.
You think it's better? You think it's better than a Harmonize?
No.
Yeah.
You think it's better than Terastodon?
Yeah. No.
No. I think it's better than Inspiring Call.
I do think it's better than Inspiring Call.
Yeah, we're putting Fertilid there. He's just a little guy. Noxious Revival. This is a really interesting card.
CEDH All-Star Noxious Revival.
Do we put this with the other Regrowth effects?
Absolutely not. No. I don't want to. How often is it played? Let me go look. Because
I want you to convince me it's better, Jason.
Wait, what's he convincing?
Jason is trying to say C tier. Oh, Fertilid.
Fertilid is C. Oh no, we're not convincing you.
We don't need to. We don't.
It's so expensive. You need a budget Rampant Growth.
You make good points, Ari.
I was gonna say it's budget. It's a budget all-star still.
Hold on, I'm looking for Noxious.
I mean, like
percentage.
I guess like 3 visits in Nature's Lore at like $3. Maybe that's out of your budget.
So to give you an idea of where Noxious Revival is around played in percentage of decks, Crater Hoof is right above it, so they're both at 8%. Regrowth is right above it, also at 8%, and right below it is Farhaven, Elf, Utopia, Sprawl, Beastmaster, Ascension, and Evolution Sage.
Why is Crater Hoof played in such little amounts of decks?
That's a really good question.
Is it
Noxious,
just price?
Probably. Is Noxious at... I think it's a B?
I think it's
C?
B. I think it's B.
It also has the added, like, cuteness of,
I
like,
don't know. I think
someone trying to get something out of their graveyard, like reanimate it, you can just put it on top of their deck instead.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a free card that gets something back. Like I think
Free is relevant.
It's 2 life.
I don't think Birthing Pod's on.
Jason
here.
says it's S and underplayed. Ooh.
I can give it A and underplayed.
I don't know if it's quite S. I think it is an A though.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
And it is underplayed.
It's
I agree with
free.
that. I don't think Birthing
Yeah.
Pod's here. Birthing Pod's just not a super popular card in Commander. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except with me. I love Birthing Pod.
Birthing Pod's super cool. I think it might be like a high A. Like I think I would put it. I think I'm putting it right here. Well, no, I think maybe right here for me.
Yeah. I
Alright.
actually kind of agree with that.
It is the only instant speed rebuy. That is fair. No
yeah.
one's playing.
It's also the cheapest rebuy that we have on the list.
Yeah, 2 life. Just so everybody knows, Phyrexian mana was a mistake.
Yes. Alright, what's next?
Yes. We have Guardian Project.
Yes.
S tier.
Yeah, easiest.
Easy S.
Right on Toski?
Better
I think it's a
than
bit
or-
better than Toski.
Better than Totski.
I think it's just
Yeah,
above
it
Toski.
just wants you to play the creature. You don't need to hit somebody with
Yeah.
it.
And
Yep.
unless you're playing like a blue-green persistent petitioner's deck or a green-black relentless rats deck or rat colony.
Also, don't play this in Volo Guide to Monsters.
That too.
Do not play that. Do not do it.
Wait, why aren't you playing this in Volos?
Because the token and the creature ETB at the same time, so therefore
Yep.
you don't trigger
You don't
Guardian
get to draw.
Project.
Okay, but you're still casting creatures.
Yeah, but that's on ETB, sir. That is not
Yeah.
on cast.
That is not cast trigger. It is an ETB.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't get to draw a
Yeah,
card off of either of them?
You don't draw a card off of either
They
of
see
them.
each other.
Oh,
They see each
God.
other.
Never mind.
Yep.
You're right. That's awful.
Card is S tier though.
Oh, that's right.
Look right.
Um,
Love me a good old
Makes all your
Cripple
things
right.
into mana dorks.
They are all birds of paradise. Yes, pod was a thing back in the ye old year of 2015 or
Dude.
2014. Those
Now,
are the old.
do not get me wrong. I love me a good birthing pod.
It is one of my favorite cards in Commander. I wish they would unban it in Modern, but we know that's not going to happen because it would just be more broken
It
now.
would be a problem. Yeah. Yeah. Birthing Pod is one of those things that just gets better with time.
Yep.
Because you get
No,
more
it
things
is.
in loop with.
It is the 3rd most played utility artifact, but it is not in the top 100 most played cards.
That's
It's
really
Pinatana
weird.
Blood Pod. There are names. It is.
True.
Hey, Cryptolith Right isn't awful.
It's extremely mid.
I'll give you that.
I think. It's
Hey, but if
overplayed.
I'm playing my Amara Soul of the Accord deck, I want it.
Who logged into the Smoothbrain account to say no? So he logged into the Smoothbrain.
That was probably Chandler. That
It
was
might-
more
it was
than likely
probably-
Chandler. I know how much he loves green cards.
No.
Um,
Anyway, where are we putting Cryptos right? It's like C tier, right?
I
if
see.
you're
I put it above
playing
Devastation.
if you're playing tokens, it's A tier. If you're
I'm
not
putting
playing
it-
tokens, it's C tier.
I'm putting it
I would
below
put it above
Incubation
Crypt
Druid.
Incubation.
I think it's worse than
Yep.
Incubation Druid. Where'd you put
I
it?
don't.
Where'd
I put it
Fine.
at the
That's
top of
C
C
tier
tier. Yeah.
Tireless Tracker! I love me a good Tireless Tracker.
Put it right.
B.
Wait, no,
B.
is it Jason who logged into the Smoothbrain account?
No, it's definitely not.
It's definitely.
It's definitely not.
B. Tireless Tracker's a solid B. Because you have to pay the mana to draw the card.
True. Shh. Colossal Dreadmaw. It's probably
Colossal
Chandler.
Dreadmaw.
It's
That's the one card I forgot was Colossal Dreadmaw on this list.
Yeah, we forgot to put it on here.
101 cards. Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, Prime Time. I forgot Prime Time.
That's illegal.
Bonk.
Yeah.
I don't play pot. I lose to it. I feel that. Where is
Best B tier card?
It's the best B tier card.
Like, Tireless Tracker. Tireless Tracker is a card that you're never mad to see. You're just like,
Oh, I always love.
It's Cody.
It's Cody. Yeah.
Thank you, Cody.
I had a feeling it was either Chandler or Cody, and it ended up being Cody.
All right, where are we at?
We are at.
My food's here, so I'm
Triumph
trying
of
to
the
go eat.
Hordes.
Yeah, Triumph of the Hordes.
A tier,
Hey,
at least.
It does just kill people.
it's the best not Crater Hoof or Finale way to close out a game in a green Bros deck. Yeah, Jason. I wouldn't think Jason.
I
would
thought
do that.
maybe you were stuffing the ballot box, Jason. Okay.
Man, it's hard for me to not want to put this in S just because it's so easy to close games out with it. But
It does just win.
it does just win most of the time when it's cast.
Is this the best A tier card or the worst S tier card?
I think it's the best A tier card.
I'll give you that.
It's just,
Ooh, Destiny Spinner.
oh, this card's fun.
Card's fun.
Good card's good.
I'll pull up this
Uncounterable. The reason Allosaurus Shepherd is good. This is also good.
Yeah.
It gives creatures in enchantment spells you control.
Hey,
Doesn't
B,
specify-
no! Kiki Jiki's like my favorite card.
No.
I have an old border one.
You do.
Kiki is
It's
so much
sweet.
fun.
Kiki does some
I haven't-
stupid shit. Yeah.
I have an old border foil one. And it
Destiny
makes me happy.
Spinner. Cody.
Cody.
Destiny Spinner, 3 and a green, target land control becomes in. I mean, you can also just make beaters with this, yeah.
9 card. B.
B tier, yeah.
Where in B?
I think it's better in Team or Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there then.
Dryad.
Dryad.
This card's broken.
This
card's
your
broken.
color is so good.
It's A.
It
It's
also
at
gives
least-
you an extra land drop, so that's super nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's at least A.
It's A.
Yeah.
It just fixes your color so damn well.
And extra land drop.
If we didn't have to factor mono and green into this, I would actually put this in S tier. But,
Is it better than or worse than Arbor Elf?
oh, it's better.
Right there. Yeah, sure.
I like it right there.
Alright.
And that will continue to happen, Cody.
That is a Nyx Bloom Ancient.
Death by Kiki will continue to happen until morale improves, Cody.
We
Nyx Bloom?
almost saw it yesterday.
I don't want to put Nyx Bloom at S tier. I don't know what people want, but I won't put it up there.
This card's broken. This card is absolutely beyond bonkers broken.
It's
A-tier?
insane, but I think it's overrated.
I think it's overrated too.
But all my treasures become Black Lotuses.
Yes, but what if you have no way to draw a card?
Okay.
I still make mana.
Counterpoint. Counterpoint. Professional Facebreaker.
Oh, ew. Is this the best A tier card?
Yeah.
The
If we're not gonna put it in S tier, it's the best A tier card.
The main green
Card.
jelly bean is unfortunately not here, Cody. I'm sorry.
Search for Tomorrow. Underplayed.
Underplayed.
I love this card so much.
Very good. 1 mana ramp.
It's. I'm trying to see where we put other cards that grab.
I would put it
basics.
right ahead of Steve.
Where's Steve? Where's Steven?
Bottom A.
Steve!
Bottom A.
Yeah, I'm good with this. I guess you could just cheat into play. This is true.
Yeah.
Carpet.
Carpet of
Not-
flowers.
This
Not-
card is either completely useless or really good.
I would not play
it's
it
a weird
in.
card.
I don't
Yeah.
play it in casual.
I don't either.
You can't guarantee that somebody's gonna number one have islands, or well, number one play blue. Number two have enough islands to like make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I think it's B just because of that fact.
Cody, are you here to convince them to move Reclamation into S tier?
No, we can keep it at A.
Oh, hi,
I,
Cody.
I just want math.
You guys need to announce yourselves when you enter because I have streamer mode on. I can't hear when you enter.
Oh, sneaky. Omnath Locust on this list.
It was not within the top 100. I do
Green
apologize.
Jelly Bean was not on here, no.
So sad.
Blame EDHRec, not us.
Not us.
It is absolutely overrated, but it's extremely good when you can cheat it into play.
Nyx Bloom.
Top
Yes.
of A then. That's where it's at.
Top of A. It's either useless or amazing. Yes, KB.
True.
It literally does absolutely nothing or everything.
So
That's
I think it's B.
it has to go in B for that reason.
Where is it? Like just above the elves, maybe?
No, I put it below. I would much
it's
rather
below
have
the elves.
Honest to God, I would.
I think it's like I put it below Evolution Sage.
Oh,
Nah, I think it's better than Evolution Sage.
I think it might be here.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Growing Rights of Itlamok.
Hey, I heard you wanted a cheaper Gaia's
Would
Cradle.
you like Gaia's
Well, it's
Cradle
still
on
like
layaway?
$20-$30.
It's Gaia's Cradle on layaway.
Yeah, but one's $20-$30, the other one's $1,020.
It is not $1,000.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah.
Did it spike again?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Growing
Well,
Rights.
yes.
I picked the literal best time to get that off you, Cameron.
Hold on. Do I need to go like cry? I need to go cry.
We have 4 cards left. We have 4 cards left.
Well, hold on. Mine are
A mid-tier card. It's pretty good.
Growing
I was gonna say mine are
it gets
beat
you a
to
card on the
shit
front
still.
end.
So like you still probably could have. I don't think it would have been 1,000. Mine wouldn't.
Heavily played is 725 from what I'm seeing.
I want to die.
Don't we all?
Okay.
Geeky Goblins will be at next recording.
Like I said, the beatings will continue until morale improves.
Or he's coming back with a vengeance.
Growing Rights is fine.
Yeah, where do we put it?
It's pretty good.
A.
I think it's A.
Low A.
I think it's A because it's got one of the most powerful effects in Magic stapled on the back of it.
But you gotta get there first.
It's so easy to get there, though.
Super easy. Like, you almost get into your second turn and you're like, hey, this thing's active.
Also, the ETB on it isn't terrible.
I mean, yeah, you do get
It's pretty solid, too.
Yeah, where is it going there though? I must ask.
Behind the regrowths?
And the card below Parallel Lives.
You mean where Beast Whisperer is? Because it has to be above or below Beast Whisperer.
We
Below.
It's below.
It's better than Demonic Revelation for sure. And Avenger.
Yeah, I think I agree with this. Yeah.
Also, it is a better Cradle on the backside because it can tap for 1 mana.
It is not useless if you have 0 creatures.
Yep.
Harrow.
Yes.
No. Harrow's actually good. The lands come in untapped.
Don't let the smooth opinions change you.
Harrow is...
I still hate this card.
Harrow's better than Explore.
It's also got multiple combo lines compared to others.
Yep.
Harrow's better. I think it's better in Farhaven Elf.
I disagree.
The lands come in untapped.
I agree with Cameron. Untapped lands are very relevant.
I think it's better than Cryptolith, right?
Fine.
On God. I think it's the best C tier card.
Where the hell do we put Cryptolith right? Why is Cryptolith right up here? Why do we put Cryptolith right here?
Could be an S tier thing.
Move it up to B.
No, why is it here?
No,
I think
C.
it's worse than this. I think it should be lower than this.
Well, first of all, put Harrow in front of it, so it is lower.
I love that Cryptolith Rite is like our card that we're arguing over.
It's not. I don't like it.
I am the resident token player, so I love this card.
I have a tokens deck. I don't like
All right,
it.
let's move on. I gotta eat.
Yeah, but your token stack is Ruxa, which turns off.
The Forgotten Ways and Vorinclex are missing from the list? That's insane.
I think Vorinclex doesn't get played because of salt reasons. I am surprised by Shaman of the Forgotten Ways. Biorhythm on a creature is still
Also,
Biorhythm,
no Druid of Purification on this list.
yeah.
Also,
what?
no. What is the 3 mana creature that taps for 3 for creatures? Somberwald Sage. I like that card.
Yeah.
Is that a Lotus Cobra next?
Yeah,
Yes.
we have Lotus Cobra next.
It's worse than Tireless Provisioner.
I think it's better.
It's 1 mana less.
Yes.
1 mana less is not enough for me because Tireless Provisioner makes treasure.
Treasure synergy.
I feel like
Treasures are just so
Broken.
incredibly good.
I feel like it's in B for sure.
Yeah,
Light right below it.
it's right below it.
Fair.
Yeah. Well,
In the la-
Vorinclex is probably like S tier. Shaman of the Forgotten Ways is probably S tier. Druid of Purification is absolutely fucking.
What's
S
this
tier.
card? Is this
Absolutely
Roiling
an F
Regrowth?
tier.
What is this?
Is this Roiling Regrowth?
It is. Hang on. Let me pull it
This
up.
is the other explosive vegetable. No, wait. Oh, it's Harrow, but
It's worse Harrow.
It's worse Hero.
That's
And it's not even a creature.
That's
Yeah.
the
get out of there.
fear of my life.
Get out of there. All right.
Okay, is there anything we see we want to adjust on this tier list?
Cryptolith, right?
Shut up. Lower.
I will destroy you.
I can't think of anything else. This isn't definitive. We reserve the right to change our minds.
No, this is definitive. If you disagree, we will hunt you down.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
In Minecraft, I think we had to legally say that.
In Minecraft, you know what? I'm fine with that.
You know what? Next community games night is just going to be us playing Minecraft PvP.
Minecraft Hunger Games.
You joke, but I'm sure we have a community of people in the Discord that probably plays Minecraft PvP.
Surely you jest.
Surely.
All right. Well, I'm happy with this.
I'm happy with this.
I'm not.
Okay.
Well,
there
are going to be some people that are going to be unhappy, and it just sounds like you're going to be one of them.
Yeah, Omnat's not on here, and Cryptolith right isn't right. Is Colossal Dreadmaw at least here?
Yes, it
honestly
is.
Put it as the 101st card.
It is. Almost. It is triple S plus tier, and no, I will not scroll up to show you.
I will not be taking questions at this time either.
If you want to see this tier list, check out our Discord. We'll probably save it and pin it up there shortly.
Yeah, we'll definitely put it there. Check out our Twitter as well. We're gonna post that there, and we might as well plug the Instagram too because it's a picture, and you put pictures on Instagram. I too agree that Doubling Season's overrated Acidity, but they are yelling at me about it. So
you warp your deck around it.
I still don't think it's better than this card or this card or this card, or I would put it below Scute Swarm. But
those who join our Discord should at me with the bonk emoji that we have exclusive to us.
Oh, we do. That's true. I would personally move Doubling Season down to below Scute Swarm and Veil of Summer, but
I don't think you can knock it out of S tier though.
No,
I will believe it. Now that I've offered my,
I would put it below Scute Swarm.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'd put it below Scute Swarm.
I can give you below Scute Swarm.
Yeah. I've won the day for us Acidity.
Oh. But yeah, we cannot put the thing below S tier. It's too good.
It do be. I don't know if I give it A tier. I think it's better than A tier, but
yeah.
Card good. Well, I think that's it. Any final word other than go check out our social media?
What tier list would people like to see next?
Actually, that is a good point. Yeah, definitely. Well, we actually do have a section on our public Discord for, I think it's what, Smoothbrain Ideas, or yeah, Smoothbrain Ideas. You could go there, or if you know what you want to say right now, I guess you can just put it in the chat.
But I would like to say, please do not make us suffer through white cards.
It's gonna happen at some point. You know
it's gonna happen eventually, but please not anytime soon.
Give us other ideas. I see. Afona was in her. Afona has bonked Cody. Oh, Ifana. That's right. He told us the proper pronunciation. Ifana. And that is happening in our Discord right now. But yeah, I think we're done for tonight. What is today? Today's a Saturday, right?
Today's a Sunday.
It's Sunday? Okay. I was gonna say check out the podcast, but the podcast is getting delayed a week because of some technical issues. So look for our podcast next week where we talk about our April Fool's video. And then I guess check out our gameplay video coming up this Friday. It will be a new Capenna release video, so we can see some fun new commanders. New fun commanders. We got some good games this past weekend recording with them. Definitely excited to see that on the channel.
Watch us the one that Logan played not get edited first.
Yeah, probably. And then red with no Dockside. Well, I mean, yeah, Dockside is just S tier. Easily.
I mean, Dockside is like triple S tier, and that's not even
Dockside's easily the #1 red card. Like, I don't think there's any argument about that.
It's just so beyond broken.
Yeah. I'm not sure what we'll do. We might do some gameplay next week for stream. We might do another tier list. We will see. We'll kind of just figure it out during the week, but we'll definitely tweet out about it and stuff like that. So, all right. Well, I think we are done for today. Any final words before we sign off?
It was super
fun. This was last minute for me. I didn't think I was going to be here, but I swung it, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. All right. Well, everybody have a nice night. We will see you in the Discord or on the next stream or in another video.